Hey, what is up everybody, and welcome here to the C3ZA Premier Bracket. It's taken a while, we're finally here, and I'm joined by my man, Mr. Wootini. How are you doing, Woot?
I'm good, and yourself, Nick? How's everyone?
Oh, feeling the energy, feeling really, really good. Can't wait to be able to get into the Premier Bracket side of life. Of course, when it came down to these teams, had to finish in the top 2 of their group stages to be able to make it all the way here today. I'd like to welcome every single one of you to this fantastic Monday evening as we get ready for game number 1. It's going to be World Stars taking on Warzone Grinders. Now, both of these teams have set themselves up pretty well. They've essentially both only dropped one game throughout the group stages and now are ready to take on one another when it comes down to the bracket. Woot, maybe I just need to catch a breath here, and you can provide us on a little bit of context. Do you have any thoughts before we jump into this game?
So, I mean, this is a pretty star-studded lineup. Stearns, Vitals, Beats, Shellbot, all fantastic players, as well as Stark, Speedy, Arsenic, and Gilchrist. So, it is a difficult one, but considering I'm PC Master Race and we've got a full PC team on the side of Warzone Grinders, I'm going to have to in a bit.
You know what, I came from the console background, so I'll be representing the world stars, but let's see what they're going to be able to get up to here today. When it comes down to context, of course, you just joined us for game number 1 of this round 1. Remember, these teams, if they lose, this is different to the challenger bracket. They will get knocked down and have to make their way through in the losers bracket. When it comes down to this, yes, this is the match on your screen right now. It is World Stars taking on Warzone Grinders, and the maps that we can look forward to. Oh my gosh, there's so much raid about to happen. Garrison, Hardpoint in map number 1. Standoff, Search and Destroy. I can't wait to go back to Standoff. I think it's one of the best Search and Destroy maps. I absolutely love it. And then we go raid, raid, raid. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't just kill bugs dead. It's also going to be a map that we're going to see potentially 3 times here this evening. Woot, are you ready?
Sorry, you just made me think of a joke. It's like, no matter how many times you try to convince someone, you know, like raid kills, no, South Africans just know it as Doom.
I like a Doom. Let's see if Doom will befall any one of these teams here today. It does look like that they're pretty much set and good to go. I've given them the all go-ahead thumbs are up, and it looks like they might just be paying attention to the stream at the moment because they haven't started the map yet. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's that good time again. Make sure you mash up that keyboard and get yourself into the chat. What are your predictions? Who do you think is going to be able to come on top? Is it WS? Is it WZ? Which way do you think it's going to go? World Stars or the Warzone Grinders? I want to find out your predictions in the chat. But before I go to your predictions, how about Mr. Woot? Your thoughts?
Oh, I think we're going all the way to map 5.
Yeah.
I honestly do. And I think this is going to be a 3-2. Okay, let me actually give more accurate predictions. I think World Stars is going to take this. It's going to take Hardpoint. And I think we're going to have 2 in a row coming in from Warzone Grinders. Then a switch over on the Search and Destroy, and, well, sorry, the other, second last Hardpoint, and then the Search and Destroy is going to go the way of the Grinders.
All right, bold predictions coming in from my man, Mr. Woot. So now, as we get ready for this map, we jump on in and have a little bit of an overlook. Once again, pretty much standard 2 Kriegs, 2K, AK-74Us, and when it comes down to the setups, it's all about this first point, and at the moment it does look like we've got a TK on board, which means, of course, things get to a slow start, which is pretty much normal, Woot. I mean, we're pretty much used to that.
Yeah, I don't even get excited anymore. I'm just, it's like the reset is just life.
Reset is pretty much standard profession for these teams at the moment. But one thing I can say, I'm very glad that they all got in the lobby on time. That is one of the things that I'm very stoked about. So we'll be able to jump on board with the action. This has given us a little bit of time to catch up on chat, and we will be doing that throughout the evening. Make sure as well, ladies and gentlemen, if you are checking this through Twitter, if you're using the hashtag C3ZA, that shall be much appreciated. Share the love. Make sure we get another season, ladies and gentlemen. That really depends on how active you've been on those socials as well as on stream. Make sure you get yourself involved. It is behind trying to make sure that the COD-ZA community, almost call it the Call of Duty community, is doing a fantastic job from their side of things, making sure that they spread the word. So please, by all means, do it. We've got the Prem bracket kicking off here tonight. We've got some exciting players to be able to watch. Now, taking a look at the players, ooh, it looks like we had a couple of them falling out of the lobby. Now, representing the Warzone Grinders, we got Stearns, Vitals, Beats, as well as Shellbot. Anybody that stands out for you in particular, with their Woot?
Beats AR, Stearns also AR, and then obviously Vitals. Shellbot also is a massive AR player. Yep. Vitals is going to be flex. It has to be. But if Beats can pop off, and now Beats has been having a run of bad form, from what I've seen at least, especially in the first, before we actually broke up into challenges and Prem. So Stearns as well actually didn't have that great of a run. It was really Vitals and Shellbot that were doing a lot of carrying. But as I say that, people are just leaving the lobby. They don't like what I have to say.
Unfortunately not. It doesn't seem that way. It does look like we're going to have a lobby reset just because either we've got an update coming through. I'm not too sure. That's usually the case when it comes down to Call of Duty. But don't worry. Sit back. Gives you a little bit of an opportunity. I know it's around dinner time for some of you. So make sure you bring that over to your phone, to your TV, wherever you might be watching this. Grab yourself a little bit of a snack. Grab yourself a drink. Make sure that you hit that copy button on the share side of things and go spam every WhatsApp group that you're a part of. Get the people in here. Get C3ZA back up and running, and make sure that they are here to be able to show their love and support. So far, I'm keeping an eye on chat. Not one single prediction, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I want to see your predictions. Who do you think is going to be able to come out on top? Is it going to be Warzone Grinders, or will it be the World Stars? We also have a killer game that is going to take place after this. We've got AKA taking on Phoenix, and both of those teams, I mean, AKA haven't dropped a single match thus far. Phoenix, we know, I mean, it's right in their name, right? They rise from below and make sure that they grow on you over the course of a competition. I can't wait to see. Today's the day to start the narrative of the competition, isn't it, Woot?
1001%. But I mean, just because someone's going to drop into challenges, it's on obviously doom and gloom. And I mean, this is kind of like a group of death. This is a very hectic matchup, especially to have Warzone Grinders taking on World Stars. And obviously Warzone Grinders, I mean, you can call them White Rabbit Grinders because that's, you know, the unofficial name. But
moment silence. Yeah, I mean, White Rabbit Gaming, can I tell you a little bit of a story of how that goes back? I remember in, what was that, 2018, I believe I was chatting to, maybe you guys can help me out in chat. They were performing time and time again. There was a squad that seemed united from their side of things. So connecting the two dots, White Rabbit picked them up. And within one of their very first series, they go head-to-head up against a Bravado team where I believe they caused an upset and managed to just essentially make everyone go crazy at the fabled Cape Town, what is that, the CTICC LAN. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to get back to those days. We need to get back to LAN. Yeah. But for right now, I will say, I know that there's talk about lands on the horizon. It's all good. Just please be safe, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that you're wearing those masks, spraying them hands, and making sure that you're not a part of this third wave. But for right now, it does look like we've got our first predictions coming in the chat. We've got Show Benson saying 3-1 to World Stars. World Stars going to take it, says Dylan Phillips. Another 3-1. So Warzone Grinders, it looks like the public have decided their vote here, and it seems like World Stars are the favorites.
Yeah, World Stars do seem to be the favorite, but no, I'm still 100%, aren't I? I haven't guessed wrong yet.
Not yet. I think you're. You know what? I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. But now, I actually, you know what? This is the first time I've got my pen, got my piece of paper. I want to find out your prediction, Woot. What is your prediction at the end?
3-2, Warzone Grinders.
Okay, Warzone Grind. I'm taking note of this because, to be honest, I don't know if you're getting away with a couple of dodgy predictions. I'm also going to side with everyone on the World Stars. Let's go PlayStation. Let's go console fam. And at the moment, I'm going to go 3-1 to World Stars. How about that?
Ooh, okay. And what's up, Jean? Sorry, man. I've been trying to say how's it, but I've just been staring at the screen. It's just PlayStation letting us down here tonight, Nick. What's up?
I'm not too sure. Just a couple of disconnections so far. So the players are almost ready to get this one going. We've got 3 players from World Stars, 4 players ready from the Warzone Grinders. And of course, those of you who enjoy Warzone grinding, make sure that you head over to the competition this Wednesday. As usual, we've got our Wednesday weeklies. And there's an opportunity for you to be able to play. It does look like Jean also gets his prediction there. Going to say 3-2 to World Stars. Everyone's going on the side of World Stars at the moment. Woot, you're alone with the Grinders.
I can take it. I've been alone. I can take it. I feel like Donkey from Shrek.
I feel like I need a small little violin for that moment. It's like, I've been alone. Hello,
yeah, I was going to say all my life, but then it just...
and
it just would have sounded way too sad.
We've got another prediction coming in from Drofter saying that 3-0 to World Stars, believes that they're going to be able to take it completely. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen, if you're having any drops on your side of things. The Frog Fiber, or what is it, Frog Foot Network in Western Cape was down a little bit earlier. And I'm not too sure if that is going to play into fruition here tonight. I hope it's okay. I hope it holds up. but we are keeping an eye on things. It does seemingly look like we haven't dropped frames in a while, so we should be good to go. But for right now, just waiting on that one more player, and we'll be able to jump right on in, keep those predictions going. Does look like Donovan will also say 3-1 to Wolves. However, you've got a teammate. You're not alone.
Yeah, Chris, you and me, bruv.
Chris gonna say Grinders with a lot of exclamation marks and a back. Is that a backwards or sign? I'm not even too
backwards.
sure.
That is backslash. That is backslash.
So I'm not too sure if he's going to be taking that one back a little bit later. We'll have to wait and see. But once again, a big welcome to the Call of Duty ZA community. Welcome here to the Premier Bracket. It is day 1, round 1. And this is where the story begins for so many of our teams that are going to be taking this one forward. When it comes down to the Premier Bracket, we only have 7 teams. The plan was for 8, but one team unfortunately got disqualified. And that means that the players essentially face a ban at the moment, as well as the team has been removed from the competition. It's a statement that we need to make from our side of things. We're not tolerating cheating with ACGL, but at the end of the day, we will tolerate the love that you share here in the Call of Duty ZA community. But one thing that we need to share some love on is our keeping of our watches, and we're keeping an eye on our watches at the moment for the World Stars. They're just waiting for one more player to be able to jump on in, and we'll be able to kick off. But how about we have a little bit of a look? It does look like I've got a disconnection at the moment. I'm not too sure about you, Woot.
Yeah, I'm also out. I was about to say, at what point do you give World Stars? I think that the first map has already gone to Grinders. It's just
not too
how it
sure.
has to be.
Considering that the lobby has dropped, we just have to see how we're going to be able to kick this one off. Banned entirely. For right now, when it comes down to the maps, Garrison, Standoff, Search and Destroy, then we got 3 raids in a row. Does anything stand out for you there in terms of maps?
Standoff's going to be interesting. I was actually doing Standoff the whole weekend, so I'm quite familiar with it, and I actually played a little bit of it last night just before we did our other final, and I died on it in every spot, so I know every single spot to die there.
All right. Well, I mean, from the thing that I really like about Standoff is that you've got so many close and long range engagements. You go through the back and you're going to be able to find yourself in some tight engagements. We saw some on Sunday already when it came down to the Challenger finals. And then we saw the play on the opposite side, A side, where it was towards the tractor. Long range engagements to be able to start off, and you need to break those lines of sight, and it really relies on coordinated team pushes. And if you get caught standing, you're going to find yourself on the back foot. Positional play, absolutely a must, especially on that A-bomb side.
Well, Standoff for me also has got a huge amount to do with who's got, a lot more bravery behind them on pushing that fast rotate. You can get caught so easily, especially on the rush around back. I mean, again, there's so many angles on offer. Yes, I do agree that long angles are going to be a massive part to it, because that's kind of the exposure from windows. But if a team is literally just looking away for a split second, it can turn devastating.
It can be devastating, absolutely. And when it comes down to raid, it does look like it's going to be one map to rule them all, one map to essentially guide them right to the end there. So should we go further than a 3-0, talking about a 3-1, 3-2, does look like we're going to be playing that in one space completely. So it does look like the players have just been struggling. We'll give them a second, because we did see them all in the lobby. We did get them all to start. It was just seemingly technical difficulties that have caused them to be able to drop out. So for right now, we're just making sure that the players have an opportunity to reconnect, get themselves started. They were all in lobby within the amount time. So we're just sticking it to make sure that the teams are ready. For right now, it does look like the majority of supporters are going to be leaning in favor of the World Stars. Woot?
I just think you making excuses for World Stars now. We didn't see that fourth connection, and you are in cahoots. There is some tomfoolery going on here. I'm not going to stand for it.
Listen, all 4
ACGL
players
does not tolerate this, Nick.
We do not tolerate cheating, but when all 4 players are in from either lobby, we will take a hard stance to be able to let it through.
Just because of your prediction. For him.
How desperate are you right now to make sure your prediction is right?
A little bit.
Just a little.
I'm confident. I'm confident in my grinders. Confident.
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 It's okay. We'll get there.
Confident.
We'll move forward from this. For right now, It does look like we're just waiting for these teams to be able to join up, guys. We'll be able to jump into map number 1 in just a second. It is the next match that we have up on our lines. It's World Stars taking on Warzone Grinders, and I think in terms of what we've been seeing, at least in the challenger bracket, that the competitive level is definitely up there in South Africa, but now this should be a stark comparison to see what level of play are some of the top teams in our country at. I mean, we picked out a couple of mistakes that were happening in the challenger bracket, a couple of moments. But when it comes down to the premier bracket, this is where they should be tightening up the bolts, making sure that they are concise with their rotations, as well as making sure that their aim is significantly tightened on their opposition. For right now, it does look like our players are in the lobby, so we'll be able to join up with that, Woot. And it does look like we got 4 players from both of these teams, so that's fantastic. Woot, you can join up from your side, and we should be ready and good to go. I love that. Woot's prediction will come to an end. He doesn't want that to happen. He wants us to forfeit teams just so he can get his prediction back in.
So what the hell, dude? Come on. I'm always on your side. I'm always rooting for freaking AKA. Phoenix is going to thrash tonight.
I like it. That's what we're here today for, is a little bit of banter. Once again, just a reminder on those maps. We go to Hardpoint, Search and Destroy. If you're wondering exactly what the maps are going to be for that Phoenix AKA game, we can see that right here. It's Apocalypse, Raid, as well as Raid in Control, Checkmate, and then Express. But for right now, this is the map set that you need to be able to worry about. It's Garrison, Standoff, Raid. And we're just waiting now on World Stars once again, having a little bit of a disconnection. I'm not too sure if PlayStation issues are coming into focus. We're all on Stearns. We're waiting for you. I got my last update, so the players are joining up, and we should be able to kick this off in around about 2 seconds, maybe 5, as it does look like the players are ready, so I can give you guys a little bit of a POV what that looks like. We got the players ready, walking out, ready and waiting before we go into the battlefield. It is going to be World Stars taking on the Warzone Grinders, and I'd like to thank each and every single one of your faces for joining us here this evening. If there's any ACGL admin in the chat, how about you tap, I think, Rafiki on the shoulder, see if we can give away some extra embers to these lovely people waiting in the chat. I think, why not, you know, send in your username, and we'll see if the ACGL team will be able to give you that opportunity. Of course, when it comes down to ACGL embers, allowing you to be able to get those into loot and stand chances to win some awesome prizes. And definitely something that I love to be able to see is the community getting some stuff back from their side of things. And yeah, we can see what we're going to be able to do. For right now, however, we are just waiting for this first game to be able to kick off. And
which it can.
What's that, Woot?
Oh, oh man! As the lobby filled, we just had mass exodus.
Yeah, it does.
What is going on tonight?
It does seem like we've got a connection problem as soon as everybody gets into the lobby.
Into the lobby.
What we can look at potentially doing is just getting a little bit of a restart going. So
should be a fresh lobby, however. Unfortunately, these are things that come part and parcel with gaming online, unfortunately. But as you said earlier, we will be back to LANs, you know, hopefully sometime in the future where, you know, we can see our opposition sweat.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, I mean, LANs were one of my favorite thing of back in the day, is that we would all essentially the setup the day before, or even the days before, what an absolute nightmare that was. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like we got everybody in the lobby. This is getting me excited. But yes, LAN set up before. Then it was the setting up and briefing of all the players. It does look like everybody in the lobby is dropping, so I'm going to just back out quickly and set up host. I do apologize, everybody, for the little bit of a delay.
Nothing you can do, Nick. I'm sure everyone understands that. Again, it's part and parcel South African internet, and the lobbies do tend to be unstable these days. Just, again, part and parcel.
Yeah, absolutely. It is one of those things, unfortunately. So for right now, I just want to make sure the teams are on their correct sides. And we have Warzone Grinders on top and World Stars down below. So we just need to make sure that that's set. But I'll leave it over to Woot while I get this lobby ready, ladies and gentlemen. My multitasking, I have been told, is not too phenomenal. So let me make sure
guys,
that these players are sorted.
I hope everyone's ready for an absolutely epic night of Call of Duty. And as you see, what's going to be happening tonight is Warzone Grinders to take on World Stars. And then afterwards, I believe with Mr. Trout himself and Nick, obviously, is going to be Phoenix to take on AKA, who are going to lose because Spectre's playing or is just directly involved.
Oh
just,
no, poor Spectre.
I have to put it out there. Spectre, this battle's not over, son. It's gonna continue. You have opened my predictions. I am 100% accurate in every prediction I've made for C3ZA so far. So I will not be proven wrong.
He will.
Not
tonight.
by you, sir. Not by you.
Tonight he will. Ladies and gentlemen, my prediction's gone for World Stars 3-1. Whereas Woot has gone for the Warzone Grinders, saying 3-2. And I want to find out from the rest of you your predictions. Of course, we've been reading that throughout the evening. And I also need to just quickly make sure, Woot, you need to join up on the lobby, my good sir, if you're not there already.
I art here.
There we go. Thank you, good sir. And we'll be able to move ourselves. Look at you. You're already into Codcaster. You somehow managed to do that.
It's just how I roll. I'm just awesome like that.
Game automatically populates it for you? Is that how that works?
Yeah, no, it's like this guy can't play at all. So there's only one place to put him.
Alright, so change the game mode. We need to make sure that we're on hard point. We're on CDL hard point. We need to make sure that the lobby settings are correct. So we've got the pre-match timer set to 30 seconds, of course, so the players have enough time to be able to get their way in. As I said, once again, multitasking is a bit difficult for me from time to time, but Garrison is good. Players are ready. Touch some wood. Ladies and gentlemen, hold your breath because we're about to dive on in to game number 1. Oh, I'm really hoping that this works out.
Do we have pre-match timer?
We do have a pre-match timer. We have that for 30 seconds.
That's your kryptonite.
Okay. All right. Everyone, I hope you got your fingers crossed. I hope you are set and ready. Warzone Grinders taking on World Stars. We can even get the overlay. Wait, do we have the correct overlay? Oh, that would be the next thing. More than likely not, just because, you know, not everything can go right. So Gilchrist from World Stars on the right-hand side, and then that means that we need to go with this one.
And we're going to have a restart. No, did everyone just get in? It was
look
magic.
Like everyone's in at the last minute.
Come on, Warzone Grinders.
Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be World Stars taking on the Warzone Grinders and having a little bit of a look at weapons. We're finally in here. 2 AK-74Us will be used, and it does look like in terms of min-map at the moment, control will be picked up by the World Stars here early on.
Yeah, good shots there by Gilchrist to take out Stearns before he pushed Vitals. Did get a nice little Sentex in there, but Warzone Grinders on the back foot, but just gives a little bit of momentum forward. As you see, player number 3, Sharbot, has just managed to make his way onto there and get shot down. So nice little switchy to start off with, but both teams rather, just trying to get onto the point and not actually push any further as Stearns will get taken down again.
Alright, so I'm currently on board with Vitals, trying to do the most to be able to work his way in towards essentially a pinching position here with his teammate. It does look like Shellbot is going to be working this one forward with him. At the moment, I'm going to jump on board with Shellbot, who's furthest forward. Notice that the back line of World Stars do not have their attention in the right place, and that's going to allow them the opportunity to break this zone. And that's Warzone Grinders now working their way into a predominantly good position.
And Shellbot is he's on the 74U, not on the AR, which is a little bit surprising for me to see, but doing really well with it. And that is, I think, 2 in a row, as he's going to be looking for his next one again. Stark and finds it. Speedy with a little bit of a wraparound, but I think Beats has got this covered. Nope. Shellbot's got that covered again. And your World Stars are in a world of trouble.
Yeah, World Stars, not just yet. I mean, Warzone Grinders from their side of things will be able to hold down these points, but taking a look at these rotations overall, take a look at the bottom of your map. And I want to jump on board here with Arsenic, who's got a little bit of work to do, essentially trying to control this passageway. Decides to duck back, and he'll have to pick up Cubby. At the moment, not able to do so, as Speedy comes out of spawn, has a bit of work to do with the Krieg 6 in hand.
Well, we do have, we had split spawns there for World Stars, because you can see 2 of their players on the right, 2 on the left, and that was brilliant because Shellbot was the only bastion of defense there So now Beats is going to have to wait isolated, but beautiful spawns picked up by Warzone Grinders, who are going to be able to just push. If they can take out Speedy here, which they can't, that would have been a nice push on the side. Beats in trouble, and now World Stars are going to be able to hold this point for a little bit.
Yeah, I've got to say Speedy's doing the most at the moment, and eventually will get taken down there by Shellbot on the opposite side of things. And Warzone Grinders looking like they're very good at the retake so far, not necessarily even worrying about... Ooh, dirty play there coming in from Stearns.
I'm just trying to check. Stern's just recovering there. Now he's going to be looking for Arsenic, but he's going to have to find Stark. And Stark, oh, that was a beautiful shot by Stark. But now, Beats on his own, Arsenic going to be able to push onto side. And they're going to hold that for a while. But already set up for the next hard point at the moment is World Stars. Warzone Grinders are very far back. That point is going to expire. New one is up. And they are going to have to do a lot of work to be able to push in this, because they're going to be exposed from so many different angles here.
Absolutely, and Gilchrist currently just trying to make sure he can hold this position with the Krieg 6. Such a vital role for him to be able to play to protect this zone here in the mid. And we'll throw out the Semtex, not going to be able to find his mark. I'm going to jump on board with Stark, who's a little bit more forward focused at the moment. Vitals will be able to bait him out for the shots on the backside. Beats works his way in. Great trades coming in here from Warzone Grinders, who methodically work their way inside the zone and get the kills needed. At the moment, the trophy system will get removed. Ooh, not checking your corners will cost you as Stark picks himself up too.
Absolutely brilliant. Have to admire that kind of play from Stark, as if he went down, that was going to be some nice free points. Warzone Grinders would have taken them past 100, and that would mean that World Stars would still be on around about 50. So that's basically just saved his team an entire hill almost.
Now, once again, World Stars seemingly focusing on those rotations. Grinders, however, that time not really doing as much as they potentially wish they could to break that hill. Now from World Stars' position, they should be able to hold this out. However, the Grinders will work their way forward with Beats on the front foot. Spots out Gilchrist, tries to jump up. That's not going to be enough for him. On the opposite side, on the hill at the moment, Shellbot notices them coming through the back. Will he be able to come up with the kills? It looks like Shellbot picks that one up with assistance from his teammate, but Gilchrist on a 3 streak doing some big work for his team.
Yeah, Beats, I'm on the with Beats, and he just stared at that Semtex as it took it on. Shellbot is absolutely playing out of his socks now. I know he's only 9 for 10, but in the last minute or so, he's popped off at least 3 or so. We are getting trade for trade, and it's, even though the action's quite tight, the scores are getting a little bit stale as Vitals gets a great little kill. Going to be looking for Gilchrist. I would swap the angle if I was him, and just trying to get some information. Does, and that is 3 kills in a row coming in there for Warzone Grinders. And as I say that, Beats will get shot down as that point opens up, and now World Stars are going to be running and take the lead for the first time in this game.
Yeah, World Stars turning this one on its head and essentially using that momentum now to be able to claim the site at the moment. Shellbot unable to contest. Arsenic is right there. But wow, I mean, very intense first start to the game so far. And really can go either way. We saw Warzone Grinders essentially leading out from the front early on the opposite side of things. World Stars have turned and essentially learned from their mistakes, being a little bit more composed with their breaks as well, but it's really come down to their early rotations that has made the difference.
Well, Arsenic just holding on the point there, and one can really admire that, because he could have got a nice easy kill onto Vitals. As soon as Vitals was starting to shoot towards Crossway, I actually can't remember the name, just above Tank and under, but now they're going to be able to pick up that last bit of scrap time. But World Stars are now starting to develop what is a lead, or a semi-lead, and Vitals will get a nice kill. Gilchrist traded, and that is, oh man, it's red. Well, for me, let me look at your colors here. It is a red, blue, red, blue, red, blue.
It's a little bit back and forth between all of them. World Stars doing some fantastic work, and I've got to say, that was some great work from Speedy just to be able to hold the platform at the moment. Spawns for Warzone Grinders on the backside. They're going to keep on pushing here with 34 seconds left on the hill. World Stars have done enough to be able to hold off from their opposition, and Speedy looking phenomenal with this Krieg 6 in hand. Currently on a 4 streak. Eventually will get commentator's curse and go down. But Warzone Grinders looking a little bit perplexed on how they're going to try break down their opposition.
I think that they just need to go for the early rotate here. The game is not gone, not even by a little bit. So you can already see Speedy is set up for the next hard point and is going to be chasing, well, getting a few nice long kills surely with this Krieg, as Warzone are going to be starting to exit here. And if he just can hold his position, and he's holding it well. Vitals has seen him though. and that Syntax should finish.
Vital's doing so well in the back end, even with the AK-74U in hand. Despite that, will get taken out. And right now, WorldStar's getting a little bit of a split. Spawn's going in favor of Warzone Grinders. They'll take that favor and try push this one forward. However, it's going to be player number 7 that we keep an eye on. That's Stark, that has quite a bit of work to do. So good hold coming in here from Warzone Grinders. This heal, if they keep this up, should give them the lead.
Shellbot is going to have a massive job ahead. Gets one, needs to get the second. Can't translate that onto Arsenic. And that's going to leave Stearns alone. He's only going to have cover from Beats. And Beats is a little bit disconnected, but Stearns is up to the task, getting a nice little double there. And just like that, we are back to level peggings.
Wow, these teams really, I mean, this is making my 3-1 prediction feel a bit scared at the moment. I'm kind of just worried that this is going to go 3-2 all the way to round 11 Search and Destroy, because either one of these teams looking like they're not going to let the other slip away at any point in time. At the moment, once again, it's going to be WorldStars with the rotations, and let's see if they're going to be able to come up with a hold. Vitals has been so good at breaking these sites, but at the moment unable to do so, as Stearns keeps on knocking on the door, but from range. Will he be able to come challenge from the top? Does exactly that. Picks up the kill with AK-74U. Look at that, what he has in his right-hand pocket as well. He's got artillery strike as well as a missile in the back pocket, should he need to utilize that a bit later.
Well, and Vitals with a great kill, and Arsenic with immediate trade, but holding this point and now going to be pushing onto it. Big job was needed there by Beats, who went down. Did manage to get quite a few points, and I do feel that this is maybe a little bit of an overcommit. And you're going to see Warzone Grounders just going to hang back. They're going to be happy with this because the score is going to favor WorldStars. But if they can get this next hardpoint hold and get a good amount, they can set themselves up for a win on the next.
A big hold is going to be required here. I like this push coming in from player 5 and 6, but Speedy has got a little bit of work to do to wait up here for his teammates to try come with the trade. That's the kill that they needed to try burst in through the back, and that's given them the spawns on the backside as well. So, will they be able to break these lines of sight? Stearns on top side, Vitals as well as Stearns pick up 2 kills. It's not going to be traded out effectively. It's a good hold coming in here from Warzone Grinders at this point in time. It's going to rely on some individual effort coming in from WorldStars as they get forced back yet again.
Well, they're going to need to actually get on the point, and if they can hold this for a little bit longer, 30 seconds still on the point. What is Stearns doing? Oh.
Ooh, Gilchrist almost coming up with a 2-piece there. Unfortunately, unable to finish that one off as Warzone Grinders set themselves apart from the WorldStars. And it is going to be WorldStars Stark that moves his way forward. Will be able to pick up 2. Really needs teammates to be able to come in and trade here with him. Speedy does exactly that as he tries to set himself up inside this cubby. And it's going to be down to WorldStars to try hold this next hill.
Well, there's going to be a big job here for Gilchrist. If he goes down now, there's going to be big trouble. And he has been spotted. He was going to try and get the rotate. And Shellbot manages to get the kill. So, big job ahead here for Stark. Stark down to 84 HP. Stearns gets a kill onto Stearns. That's brilliant. But starting to run away. And Stark just needs to hold the position. Wait for his team to catch up with him. They are contesting the point. So, at least it's going to stop for now.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Speedy's furthest forward. It's going to be Shellbot and Stearns that jump inside the hill. They need to be able to challenge this. They need to come up with the trades. WorldStars are on the back foot at the moment, and they know that time is ticking. Stearns on the top side of this bridge will be able to pick up 1. Spots out a play on the left-hand side. That's Vitals getting knocked down, and it's going to be Arsenic with 2. His teammate comes in from behind, and that's going to stop the clock for a couple of seconds. WorldStars will not give this one up, but now it's all about the rotations, and you can already see on the opposite side, it is going to be WorldStars that need to come up with the clutchest of clutch plays here at the moment. Beats will get taken down from the top side. However, the heal will get controlled by Warzone Grinders early on. Arsenic's going to try hold himself down on the floor,
and
but it's going to be Gilchrist on the opposite side. He jumps on in. Will he be able to come up with the trade? No, he doesn't. And Warzone Grinders are going to be your map number 1 winners, to the delight of my man Wootini.
Yeah, and I actually had this as a 5-2, and I believe I did predict that they were going to lose this one and take the next 2 and then win it on the last map. So my prediction is already incorrect, but it's going towards the ultimate correctness.
Oof. Interesting moments that we have at the moment. It's going to be the WorldStars with a little bit of work to do. We'll change the map and get that ready and get set for game number 2 here in this first match. At the moment, when it comes down to this match, we've got to change that over. Of course, we've got standoff ready and waiting. So we'll get ourselves into some search and destroy. And I mean, this is the map that we were talking about earlier, wasn't it, Woot?
Yeah, 100%. This is gonna be a big one, and this is not really a practice map for anyone. So I don't think anyone's been putting too much time on that. Everyone will be going for your more mainstream maps. Standoff, obviously, having come into this, because honestly, for the last 2 weeks, I had never seen anything in South Africa at least been played on Standoff, and now let's see who's put in the work. I mean, obviously the gameplay is known, but it's going to be a big one. I believe that if Warzone Grinders can take this is going to start to set the pace.
Yeah, Warzone Grinders with a big responsibility at the moment. On the opposite side of things, World Stars need to try turn this one up on their end. We're just going to make sure that the teams are ready. They're happy with their sides. And we'll be able to jump on in. Speedy says he's ready. So that's a good one to be able to get that one kicked off. I just want to make sure in terms of color situation that we can reflect that correctly on our end before we jump right on into this game. Once again, search and destroy. I want to find out your predictions in the chat. Who do you think is going to be able to come out on top? At the moment, it feels like Warzone Grinders have momentum in their favor. And I just need to make sure this player gets removed. There we go. And we should
I was about to say, what just happened? It's like, I want to be on TV.
For right now, TV is only limited to us in this lobby. And let's see if we can be able to jump on in as we can kick off with some standoff, search and destroy. It is going to be map number 2 here, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know your predictions in the chat as always. And yeah, we can jump right on in. Mr. Wood, from your side of things, any predictions before we jump on in?
This one, I think that World Stars are going to take. I think that Stark is going to be playing a massive role in this. Arsenic didn't do too great in the last game. Gilchrist was really good in clutch moments, but I think Stark and Speedy are going to play big roles. But if Vitals is up to it, as well as Shellbot, and Shellbot again was also like Gilchrist and Shellbot were so clutchy. So I don't know. I'm going to put this one to World Stars, and we're going to even this out 1-1.
All right, so it's going to be Warzone Grinders here on the attack. Let's have a little bit of a look at top side here at the moment.
Just feeling each other out. I mean, there's so many long angles that, ooh, Stearns pushes here. Oh, beautiful shot there by Stearns.
Down to a 4v3 situation.
I thought I lost you there, Nick.
No, you have not lost me. I'm just trying to make sure our overlays are 100% correct because our color variation is still not right. We're currently on board with Speedy.
And Speedy's got himself into a 1v3 and has got one on the kill box. So maybe just going to play for some exits here and try to tally up that. Ooh, beautiful on to Shellbot. And now I think that Warzone Grinders are just going to take this win. But is Speedy going to give it to them?
That's going to be down to Speedy. What he's going to be able to do in this situation. Ooh, there we go. Speedy with a clutch performance at the moment. Ooh, eventually gets shut down from behind, so won't be able to stand to the test there, unfortunately for him.
That was really good by Speedy, managing to at least turn that 3v1 into a 1v1, but should have really known as, I don't know if I saw the bomb, but obviously with that second last play going down, Beats knew exactly where to look. Or was that Stearns? No, that was Beats. That was Beats.
Alright, that should be a little bit better for our spectators at home, just to get an understanding of exactly what colors are where. And we can jump on board with our attacking team, which is going to be World Stars here. At the moment, in terms of weapon setup, it does look like they're going to be running with two AK-74Us and 2 Krigs. And it's going to be a B-bomb push that's seemingly been prioritized here. Ooh, Shadow gets picked up by Stark. But Shellbot dives one back. Stearns is there to be able to reply with the trade.
And Vitals with one, Arsenic with one. So we do have a 3v2 situation. Beats and Vitals to take on Gilchrist, Speedy, and Arsenic. And they are going on a little bit of a road trip all the way around. Looks like they're going to push towards an A. So let's see if that's going to be the figure of must be. Yeah, Arsenic. Arsenic with that 74, you pushing the long angle?
Yeah, at the moment it's going to be Arsenic Ooh, trying to make the challenge here. We'll wait for his teammates. Beats comes up with one. It's a follow-up from Gilchrist. However, that gets traded out. We're down to a 1v1 situation. It's going to be Vitals taking on Gilchrist. And we could jump on board with Vitals as this bomb gets planted.
Well, this is going to be a big one for Vitals. Gilchrist on a Krieg, so it's going to take that long angle for sure. But if Vitals can push up to this, he hasn't exactly planted for himself here. He's just planted for the cross. Now he's going to be looking in the wrong. Vitals going to... Ooh!
Dives down, will be one shot away, and it's going to be Gilchrist that gets taken down. Vitals clutches up when he needs to, and that's going to be the Warzone Grinders doubling their lead here on this search and destroy.
Yeah, Gilchrist, I don't know what he was thinking there. He did see the cross, but he didn't expect the player to double back and just, check his angles. Thought he was maybe going to go straight for that ninja, which we have, fair enough, seen quite a few of. Great shots there, and that is going to be the Grinders up to 0.
Yeah, Grinders indeed. Maybe making the correct decisions there, Woot. I'm feeling a little bit left out.
I can hear some sadness in your voice, Nick.
Just a little
bit of
just
sadness.
just a hint. Just a hint. But for right now, World Stars are definitely down, but they are not out. On the attacking side, it is going to be Warzone Grinders. And we go to the oversight. Will this be an A push? Will they change it up? No, it looks like a B is still in store here.
Well, now it seems that the Warzone Grinders are doing really well at playing things slowly as Beats. Ooh, Stark narrowly escaping there. And Nick, just want to hear your thoughts on snipers being included again. Not that they are, but just having them back.
Listen, I don't have a problem with snipers personally. I don't mind them. I think if it gets overused, it gets very, very frustrating in certain environments. So sticking one to a team, I don't necessarily have a problem with that.
Yeah, I just feel it's taken a massive element of the game as we find Shellbot now in big trouble and WorldStar surely in a surefire position to be able to take their first points off. But yeah, I mean, it offered a different dynamic to the game and made sure that players were checking the angles as it's going to be WorldStars picking up their first point and only.
Yeah, I mean, for me, snipers, if they decrease ADS time and they make it a little bit more reliable with the one hits over waist height, you're fine, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, definitely. ADS does need to, I mean, we had that running joke of, I think someone actually took a sniper rifle and said, if this was real life or COD versus real life, and, this guy just literally running around his garden with a fake sniper rifle and just, throwing it to his eye, jumping while throwing it to his eye. Because obviously it takes away. I mean, I know COD's not supposed to be the most realistic, but I mean, there has to be some element of it.
Yeah, I'm not too fussed on the realistic side of things. It's more just the competitive integrity, and the biggest thing is it almost got too easy for sniper rifles at certain points to be able to pick up kills, and they just need to be able to dial that back, and I've got no problem with sniper rifles. I'd also like to be able to find out from the chat, what are your guys' thoughts? Do you think they should be team competitive or stay out of competitive? Let us know. For right now, when it comes down to the situation, it's World Stars with one game in, or rather one round in hand. It's going to be Stearns that picks up the first blood and brings us down to a 4v3 situation in favor of the Grinders. Now, they've been very tentative in their build-up, have the World Stars team, and that's kind of caught them off guard. It's just allowed Warzone Grinders now to peak a little bit more, and Vitals makes his way towards Statue. And
oh, beautiful there by Vitals. Now Shellbot is going on the rotation to try and find... Surely this is going to be a kill. Oh, I thought that was going to go the other way around.
Changes
the Grinders.
Yeah. Changed his weapon at the wrong time there and getting caught out for it, thinking he has a little bit too much time. You might as well just take the shots with the AR, despite I know it being close range. Vitals jumps the corner and says, guess who spotted you? And also just a breath away from getting taken out there. So Warzone Grinders at the moment, 3-1 on this search and destroy.
And 1-0 up in map counts. Just throwing that out there to the dismay of my co-pilot here, Mr. Nick Holden.
Hey, listen, all I want is to be entertained for right now. And that's doing it for me. These teams are giving us some good Call of Duty action. World Stars need to do a little bit more work. It does seem like on the attack that they are getting caught out here. However, when it comes down to Vitals, he's trying to work through on a flanking position.
Shellbot's going to be in trouble here.
Ooh, Vitals comes up with a play to bring it back to a 3v3. Much needed to be able to find a kill there.
That was brilliant play. If Shellbot just hadn't been holding such a weird angle there, he was looking, but I mean, it wasn't the brightest of play coming out there by Shellbot because he was kind of half looking at the ground and managed to get picked off here as Arsenic looks like he's going to get adventurous and peek outside. Oh, that's a free kill onto Stearns.
At the moment, it's going to be Vitals pushing his way forward, and we're down to a 2v3. Oh, make it Vitals all alone here at the moment. Not in a bad position. Oh, however, as I say that...
As you say that.
He will get removed. It does look like Gilchrist checks his corners in the right moments.
I think you're using the commentator's curse unfairly there. Because you're using it to your advantage now, Nick.
Well, just for those at home, we do have a 30-second delay. Just so if you're wondering if anybody was listening to the stream. Unfortunately, they're going to have to be 30 seconds looking into the future, unfortunately for them. But for right now, it is going to be a 3-2 situation in favor of Warzone Grinders. World Stars are not letting up in trying to make their way back into the search and destroy.
And Warzone Grinders aren't doing too badly, but World Stars are starting to come back. Stearns here trying to hold the long angle, and will he see Arsenic? He might have just seen 2 pixels at least cross. Speedy's trying to get aerial. And that is going to be the third. He has seen 3 cross.
I like this
Beats
play.
is holding this.
They've been a bit more aggressive in trying to get the bomb plant going. However, Vitals, he's always there or thereabout to try work his way in. Tries to get in on the flank at the moment. Player number 2, look at this from Beats. He's trying to work his way into these tight corners. They're going to wrap around from all areas surrounding the A bomb site. And it's now, how do they come up with their picks and trades? Shellbot is going to be the bait. Beats will try to be the follower. Vitals gets the kills from behind. That's a change of direction for the opposition. That gives the call for Shellbot to work his way in. Arsenic's all by himself. Vitals as well as Beats come up with a phenomenal retake. And that's all they needed. They needed Vitals to come up with that kill just to change everybody's thoughts of where is the opposition right now. That gave Shellbot an opportunity to break the lines of sight. And then it was just about cleaning up at that point in time.
Yeah, that was a brilliant pinch coming in there. It could have gone Speedy just a little bit slow on the trigger. Vitals maybe getting lucky with, you know, one of those last second bullets, because I do believe it was the last bullet as he hit the floor there. And then, was that Arsenic going down there? And unfortunate there for Warzone, sorry, for World Stars, because the Warzone Grinders have just pushed the lead of 4-2 and 1-0 on map count.
1-0 in map count indeed. At the moment, we have the bomb being picked up by the Warzone Grinders, and let's see if they're going to be a little bit more effective in terms of trying to get this bomb down. Mostly picking up their rounds through eliminations at this point in time.
Well, Speedy's doing a great job, but again, they're just getting picked off at the wrong times for me. So if World Stars can just consolidate a little bit more. You did say that they're rushing for the bomb plant, which is, you know, a good strat to have, but you do need to sometimes get that entry frag so that you keep the other team guessing, or, you know, at least get that entry frag and go for a complete rotate. But they're almost a bit readable at the moment.
At the moment, World Stars trying to play a solid defense. They're staying back, but you can see a 3 commit coming into these back passages, looking for the trades now, all the Warzone Grinders. And they know they need to be able to check top window at the moment. Vitals comes up with the challenge. It's Stark coming on the low side. Arsenic's going to be right there. Gilchrist comes up with the challenge needed. Stark's on the back end of this. Great play from him. Now we want to jump across to Beats. As all the players are looking in one direction, it's going to be Beats left all alone here in a 1v3. They must have got the call out that he's just jumped over the back wall.
Well, they're going to be hunting him down now.
Oh,
and
Speedy.
Not going to be needed.
Speedy ready and waiting, picks him up over the wall and says, you know what, I'll be happy to clean up this kill.
Oh, and he got the one on Shellbots as well, and nice timing there. But I mean, he obviously knew it Beats. Did he actually see Beats there before?
Yeah.
Or was that just an X-ray?
No, he saw him jumping over the wall, so picking that one up nicely. And World Stars crawling back into this one, not letting them go within 3. It's only one round that separates the teams at the moment, and it's going to be the World Stars team now on the attacking side with a bit of work to do.
Well, just cast your gaze to how well Vital's doing. Not that, you know, Beatstones and Shellbots aren't doing great, but it seems to be a heavy back for Vitals, and to a certain extent Speedy as well. Speedy has been left in one clutch situation. Obviously that last one was a relatively easy kill, but if Vitals goes down here, the other guys need to start picking up the slack a bit.
100%. Vitals has been crucial in those first bloods. He just seems to find himself with the correct angles, but this time locks himself down and not in a position to essentially make that first kill on the crawl, as a couple of shots will get traded out here. Nothing too serious, but we've got 40 seconds left on the clock, and World Stars are applying a lot of pressure to themselves at the moment.
Yeah, and you can see Beats is just holding the off angle. He didn't challenge it again. And he's actually backing off here. Now he's going to be in a bit of a pinch here, but Stearns should have done a little bit better there in helping his teammate on the trade. Actually, sorry, scrap that, he did. And now there's going to be a long wraparound coming in from Shellbot.
Vital's coming up with a wraparound, spots the player, I think going behind the wall at the moment. There's going to be Shellbot. Arsenic picks up the player on Broken. But is it... Ooh, Stark is left all alone at the moment. Bertie's way out will be able to pick out one. Now wrapping around the side.
He's playing the clever play, but is it going to be predicted? It is.
Vital's ready and waiting, challenges him and takes that kill. And now it's going to be Warzone Grinders within one of taking the search and destroy.
Oh, come on Warzone. Come on Warzone, but also come on World Stars. You guys can make this a 1-1.
All right.
Interesting game so far, though. It
Absolutely.
seems... I mean, there's a lot of kills coming. There's a lot of action, but I can't shake this feeling of a lot of indecision from all the players. Maybe just, again, the freshness of the map not being used as much. I mean, I don't know. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a little bit of indecisiveness when it comes to picking the bomb sites. They all seem to get within their area, try feel it out, and then if they're not comfortable, they just float. Sometimes you just need to make the decision, push through, and take your numerical advantage as you can. For right now, it does look like the numerical advantage will be in favor of Warzone Grinders, as Arsenic gets left all alone, sees the player, says, please don't shoot me, and eventually does get taken down. So, Warzone Grinders will take yet another map here in this best out of 5 series.
Well, let's not forget that we move into raid, and World Stars are very, very established on raid. I just hope that these first 2 losses haven't gone to the have had a psychological impact on them, because I honestly, I expected them to pick up the hard point before the hard point was even played, and I expected this to come out of Warzone. But I thought that World Stars were going to fight back a little bit harder there, and it just, the run of play didn't go with them.
Yeah, I mean, what more can be said at the moment? World Stars have given themselves essentially a very, very difficult road through into the winners bracket semi-finals. At the moment, they've got to win 3 maps in a row. On the other side of things, Grinders have been looking prolific, despite, I mean, the series has been relatively close. But the differential has definitely leaned into their favor, and maybe just experience showing through. Yeah,
I can't agree with that more. And it's just, again, that individual play coming out from Vitals, that win massively attributed to quite a few clutch moments, all those entries that happened, and then a couple of 50-50s. But at the end of the day, it's the score that, you know, nobody writes about how close a game was. Well, sometimes actually they do, but at the end of the day, there's only one winner on paper.
Absolutely, one winner in paper will be the differential here today when it comes down to control on raid. Such an interesting map, one that I absolutely love to be able to see. And we've seen some crazy moments here, and it seemingly changes from time to time whether this favors attack or defense. To be honest, attack has been the predominant winner throughout what I've seen in the past. Let's see how these two teams shape up, however.
Well, again, let's see what the tactic of Warzone Grinders. It looks like they're doing a full push to B, and World Stars have done a full A. So, Stearns is going to get caught by that nade. He literally ran over it. It was so close to it. And let's hope that they can get the first tick as Speedy with a beautiful double onto Shellbot and Stearns, and starting off really well here. Speedy came around the corner, got taken out by Beats, but now we should start to see the split play. As you can see, Beats is going to be pushing towards B, and then we're going to have the player of Stearns, the player of Stearns, going on to A.
Good play here from Speedy just to try and hold them up, but at the moment it's going to be Beats on the side trying to get the first tick here for his team, just building a little bit of room. At the moment it's going to be Speedy working his way down towards B-ball. And has a little bit of work to do to try find a kill. At the moment he finds Shellbot. He won't go for the challenge here. I like that stun grenade play. Gets a call out that there is a player just around that corner. And there we go.
And you
Good
can see
here.
Arsenic holding back, just waiting for a kind of rotate. It should catch Shellbot here surely, and does. And they've almost secured that. Is that second tick secured there, Nick?
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like on my UI, it looks like a millimeter, or a game millimeter. As now cleverly they are pushing for this A point, but WorldStars has already sniffed that out. Stearns gets a great kill, immediately traded, and trades is the order of the day. And that's what WorldStars are doing, and it's only 18 seconds left. They're going to need to get onto this point. This is going to be big play from Gilchrist.
Yeah, just fantastic work there. At the moment, it's going to be Stearns that needs to be able to bring up the block here as he eventually jumps inside the site. He turns around at the wrong time. It's going to be Beats on the opposite side. Will he be able to get into this A site in time? Ooh, last second jump on in. And it looks like all three players from Warzone Grinders can count their lucky stars that they managed to get off of spawn on time.
Oh, and that's a double from Speedy and Gilchrist. So Shellbot has to stay alive here. He challenges, which was not the brightest thing to do. Gilchrist is pushing around, and he's going to need some huge help. They're going to have to flow on, and if they cap this, this was narrow.
Huge.
And we are going to have a reset.
Huge. However, WorldStars on the opposite side of things have 12, make that 11 lives to 8. They need to hold their position and their placement. It's going to go down to the players down at Tiki at the moment, along with Stark. Stark is going to try pick up the staircase. And will he be able to find the kills needed? WorldStars are trying to play for kills at this point in time. He picks up Vitals there. Gets there before you and Shellbot. Stark with the huge plays.
Well, get a load of Beats at the moment. Gets one. He should get taken out by Speedy. And now we've got 4 lives to 8. As Stearns takes down Stark, and they're going to need to consolidate and push as a unit here because WorldStars have just been phenomenal at the start of this control.
Arsenic, that's a little bit flamboyant from him trying to jump out so quickly. It does look like Speedy's going to be able to hold down Cash at the moment. Arsenic is going to be coming off of spawns. Gilchrist is the last one and the furthest one back. Just decides to try play this one slowly. Cool composure from him. At the moment, Vitals and Beats for the last one left aligned. It's going to be Vitals trying to play this for the last second. The Semtex gets thrown out. Beats now tries to make his way in. He needs to jump on site immediately, but he dives back.
What is he doing?
You don't have time for this. You don't have time for this. Throws it down. The Semtex will be able to connect. Gilchrist will come up with the challenge, and just like that, it's WorldStars that come up with the win. It came down to the last seconds.
Oh man, if you just think about it, if Warzone Grinders hadn't lost so many lives unnecessarily there, that would have been a different result. WorldStars, I thought, you know, at one stage definitely had this in the bag, and for a second it was the cat escaping from the bag, but they managed to secure that, and a good, well-deserved 1-0.
Wow, what a start to this control it has been, and that one favoring the defensive team. So what does that mean now going into the second half? We're going to have to wait and see as it's going to be WorldStars on the attack.
Well, I think that means that WorldStars are back. Speedy with a massive 12 for 7. Obviously 11 points there on objective. And are they going to be playing a different sort of strat? And they all seem to be stacking up for a B push. And they're read a little bit wrong by Warzone Grinders, who do a normal strat of, you know, a 2-2. But wait, already on TK, already starting. Beats is going to have a big job here. Needs to push up here and take down Stark. He's going to see Gilchrist.
No. Vitals jumps on right in and goes for the challenge. It does look like he'll get traded out. Gilchrist still on the point. Looking for that second tick here for his team. It does look like you have a massive flood of red about to come hit him, and that's none other than the Warzone Grinders squad. And Beats coming in from the back end will be able to clear the second tick, and it looks like the rotations now have been made towards A.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of an overcommit coming in from Warzone Grinders, because now And that was also a little bit silly. Worldstars had the opportunity to stack 3 players onto A with a lot of time in the bag and a little bit of free time going the way of Gilchrist if they can't take him out, which is now done by Shellbot. So that's 1 tick on each and 1 minute 3. So no trouble yet, but Warzone Grinders do have a little bit of a lead when it comes to lives.
Arsenic playing ring around the rosies there without even realizing it at the moment. Spots our player jumping out of Tiki. That's going to be Beats. Arsenic inside Cash. We'll be able to find 2. And that's a good play from him coming in from behind. Stark now jumps back onto the side. We'll be able to earn the 2nd tick here for the squad. Oh no, he actually is unable to do. So will Warzone Grinders come in here to try get this one knocked down. It is going to be Beats with that responsibility. We'll wait for his teammates to try push up. He's just got player number 4. That's Vitals in support. And there we go. Beats comes up with a jump around. Will he be able to get out of this one alive? Nope.
Okay, so Worldstars now need to congregate and start pushing as a collective unit because Warzone Grinders, even though there has been a massive push towards A, they still haven't stuck together as a team to do it, and now they finally do it. They need to get that 2nd tick. Stearns is going to have a big job here. If he can get Stark, this is going to be dangerous. Shellbot also coming from ramp is going to push. We do have Speedy who gets a nice kill onto Stearns. Going to be able to jump onto the point, and can he cap this? He's so close to being able. We only have 11 seconds. Oh, but Gilchrist, what a job done there by him. And now there's going to be a free rotate unless Beats can do something here.
It's been a great performance from Warzone Grinders. Having a look at the lives remaining at the moment, Worldstars reduced to no lives remaining, and that means that they've got to come up with a serious clutch play. But it's not going to be enough as Beat shuts down that attempt, and it's going to be tied up at 1 apiece here for this control.
2 defenses in a row, Nick.
Yeah.
2 defenses in a row. The rules are being broken.
And that's what the Premier Bracket is all about, baby. For right now, it's going down to this round number 3. And it's going to be a switch of the sides yet again. Will an attack be the differential? It's going to be Warzone Grinders on the attack now. Worldstars on the defense.
Well, Warzone Grinders definitely came closest to actually winning an attack. I'm not going to put that as a marker for, you know, any kind of prediction on what's going to happen in this round 3, but that is a lot of bullets being shot and beautiful shots. And Stearns seems to get so many great opening kills, just no follow-up. As Stark and Gilchrist will take Stearns and Beats respectively. And they're starting to choke them off as Stearns is going to be pushing towards B. Rotate coming in from Arsenic. Yes, no, maybe, yes.
That's Arsenic on the backside. He's at staircase at the moment. Watch out, Stearns.
No, I meant onto Stearns.
Yeah. At the moment, that's going to be a B being held off by the Worldstars as it looks like rotations towards A is where it's at. Shellbot is going to be the first one to dive in. Looking off for the respawns is Gilchrist that's going to have to commit here on defense. He's got the AR in hand. It's going to be Beats that shuts him down. Speedy trying to make his way through Zigzag. He's got Stark to be able to lend him a hand here.
Oh, head.
Oh, there we go. Speedy still alive. Such a difficult position.
Yeah, but I mean, Arsenic is just hanging up here from a position and just waiting for Gilchrist to do all the work. And Shellbot will take him out. If Gilchrist goes down here, there's going to be a... Oh, runs out of bullets. No, he didn't run out of bullets. He just stopped firing.
Point has been secured here, so things go towards B. In terms of lives remaining, both of these teams relatively even. 2 is the differential at this point in time. Hot Tub, Stearns will be able to come with the shots connected there with Beats. As Warzone Grinders looking good on this attack so far. However, Arsenic comes out with some clutch defensive play from his side. Stark jumps in towards Tiki and will be able to beat out Beats with an AK-7 for you at that range.
Well, they seem very well set up. Stearns is just waiting for a Speedy or someone to push. Oh, he got peeked on. That's a great kill there from Arsenic, but more importantly at the moment, the lives are favoring Worldstars.
Yeah, lives are definitely favoring Worldstars as that is 3 in their favor at the moment. It's going to be Warzone Grinders with a bit of work to do here on the attack, but it seems like it's a little bit drip-fed at the moment as Worldstars have just been holding positions and letting them run essentially into their aim.
Yeah, this is very, very, very drippy at the moment coming in from Warzone Grinders. No collective effort. And again, if you hit M or try to take an aerial POV, it's static. But as you say, that Beats and Stirs and Vitals
there we go,
get
huge.
A vital kill.
Look at this. At the moment, all the players filter their way through. There's 3 basically inside the zone, and it's going to be Vitals with a big role inside this kitchen at the moment. We'll get pushed in from behind. We'll be able to pick up one. He almost picks up the second. No one able to do so as Speedy basically comes out with the clean out. However, there's almost 3 flag ticks at the moment, and it's going to be Beats on the back end. Will he get challenged here by Speedy? Does exactly that. Beats comes out on top. He goes for the cash ego chull, you might call
and
that.
Now we have we have dead even lives. Gilchrist with a massive job here. Doesn't take out Shellbot. Shellbot still didn't realize where it came from.
Oh, here it
Cover
is.
From Stearns, and it's going to be a win.
There we go. Warzone Grinders pick themselves up that round on the attack and manage to come up clutch when they need to. It really came down to that very last push, or the second last push there, as they managed to get the four players to control that site, and fantastic overall from them.
Wow. I honestly didn't see that coming. I mean, it looked like WorldStars had everything just, buttoned up. They had that defensive role, and then all of a sudden 2 quick kills. And WorldStars were panicking, started to get themselves into positions where it wasn't exactly favorable. They went down. We had a full reset for WorldStars, and Warzone Grinders managed to get themselves set up. Well, Beats coming in from basketball court took out 2 players to be able to give his team that win effectively.
Right, now it's going to be Warzone Grinders on defense. He spots out Stark coming in his way through. We'll go for the challenge all the way. At the moment, that's going to be a big couple of pickups early on here for WorldStars to be able to jump on this A site. As you can see, the Grinders will actually release their missile, and that's going to be able to connect. And there we go, 2 kills down in quick succession. Will they be able to commit here to a B push yet again? It's going to be Beats on the far corner. Spots out Speedy. We'll be able to pick up 1. Arsenic, comes up with a challenge at range, and we'll be able to come up with the trade.
Yeah, he was just kind of firing. I don't know if he was laying suppressive fire for himself, but now you have Stark who's on A, Gilchrist on B, Shellbot just looking for someone, and cleverly actually not going onto the point there, because as soon as you can see that it's contested, the other player's going to know that someone's close. It was a clever move, just didn't pay off. Now Beats is going to be undoing all the work on A yet again, but B and A do have caps on them. Gilchrist with a nice index onto Vital, Stark onto Beats.
Stark jumping onto this A site at the moment. There is 1 tick on B. Lives are in favor of WorldStars, so as they pick up the second site, this is going to give them a fantastic position to try burst their way forward. And it's really going to come down to how well can Warzone Grinders defend this.
And I don't think, with WorldStars having 4 kills, if they can literally just take a nice methodical approach. Warzone Grinders are very tucked. I mean, look where Vitals is sitting in basically back of court at the moment. It looks like he's lagged out.
They played that so well as well. Oh, and Warzone Grinders are going to be dealt a death blow at the moment, as it does look like one of their players gets DC'd from the game. Oh no. And this is going to be WorldStars. They're going to say, push now, right now, while they're down in terms of players. We need to try capture this. WorldStars are going to have to try clutch up, because going into the next round, that's going to be Warzone Grinders with a man down here.
Oh, that's just absolutely awful. Stearns does manage to get on, but that is going to be a cap point, and that is going to be the end.
Oh, no.
And we're going to have 2-2. That is so unfortunate, man.
That really, really does suck for the Warzone Grinders at the moment, who lose Vitals.
Will their player be able to reconnect, or is it an invite-only lobby?
No, they should be able to reconnect. Plus, the players also have invites to their teammates should they need it.
Okay, well, that's at least positive for the Grinders. Beats did a really good job here, but I mean, being a player down in control is just an almost impossibility.
Well, we did see yesterday.
We did see. We did see. We did see.
Let's be honest, we had a crazy moment yesterday where it was the 3 players that managed to stand the test.
Oh man, that was absolutely phenomenal. As Stearns gets first blood, it's just like his right. No one is allowed to get any kills until Stearns gets his opening kill with that AR. But now you can see them moving around freely. Stearns is going to be able to try and push up here again. Is he going to see Gilchrist? No, Gilchrist sees him first. And with 1 player down, this is really, really unfortunate for the Grinders.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate at the moment when it comes down to Gilchrist. He's just jumped his way into Tiki. Vitals joined back into the game. That's huge. It does look like the B site is being picked up at the moment. Shellbot is going to be able to come up with the trade needed. However, it's this A site that we're all curious about. And this is going to be Vitals jumping on in. Does look like he's not in the game yet. He needs a second to be able to join. Choose his class.
And he's in. He's in. and opens up with a kill. But surely he saw Stark running right past him.
Yeah.
And then Stark turns onto him. Not maybe still acclimatizing, but again, this is going to be a big moment for Warzone
Huge.
Grinders. Can they turn this around?
This is going to be Warzone Grinders trying to clutch up. If anything, they've got lives in their back pocket, and it's all about this A side. 2 players will go down. Vitals comes up with the kill needed. He's playing this so well outside of Cash at the moment.
Well, Stearns is going on a massive little rap. He should be able to catch Arsenic and does.
Ooh.
Arsenic even looked into Garage and didn't get that kill.
I like this play here from Beats. On the top side, oh, comes up with a kill needed. Stearns been such a nuisance on the back side. We have a player jumping into sight, and it's going to be, oh, Beats tries to stay alive, but Shellbot is there to be able to reply. Will he be able to connect with the shots needed? Unfortunately for him, not able to do so. As A-side gets jumped on, he's going to need some kind of support. It's Beats getting knocked down at range. He picks up the players in columns. Gilchrist is ready and waiting. It's going to be Speedy inside the site at the moment. They pick up the first tick, but now it's going to be Warzone Grinders. They're going to have to run and run oh so quick, but they need to do so as a team, as Stearns picks up 1.
Well, this looks like it's going to be capped unless there's going to be a... Oh, Beats is going to get double naded.
They need to jump in right now. And there it is. It's Beats on the opposite side. He will be able to clear the site. It's Shellbot that comes up with the clutch play when he needs to. 55 seconds left on the clock. 10 lives remaining up against 9. Gilchrist is on the lower staircase. Vital's trying to watch over columns.
And the spawns are favoring Warzone Grinders at the moment. This is a quick push onto site. Now they're going to need a massive kill there for BT. Needs to take out who's sitting there. It's Stark. Stark goes down. Oh, Stark does go down.
7-6. Look at this position here from Shellbot. He has no idea where to go. The players are wrapping all around them at the moment. Where's the spawn going to come in? It's actually going to come in the backside of Laundry. At the moment, we can see Vitals holding the space. The stun grenade will be able to come through. Stearns picks himself up too. Creates a huge gap. Now it's going to be down to the push of Speedy. Needs to make his way in. He sees his teammate going down. 11 seconds left on the clock.
And this is, if Shellbot can get 1 kill here. Oh no, he's going to get a double here. Surely he does.
Shellbot!
It's going to be a win for Warzone Grinders.
There we go.
3-0.
Huge plays coming in from Warzone Grinders, despite starting out the round with a numerical disadvantage. They come out on top when they need to. Warzone Grinders 3-0 and progress smoothly into the winners bracket semi-finals, where it's going to be World Stars falling down, the shooting star that falls below into the losers bracket.
What a game. I mean, every single map was absolutely exciting. Okay, maybe not Search and Destroy so much. That was, it had its moments, but that control was phenomenal. The hard point was phenomenal. Wow. I'm actually at a loss of words. What a play by both teams, and especially having lost a player and still managing to come back. Warzone Grinders, you little biscuits.
You little biscuits indeed. I mean, most of the chat saying that they're going to go in favor there of essentially World Stars, but gotta say, well done to the Grinders on their end of things. It wasn't the close match that we predicted in terms of map score overall. However, it was definitely a nail-biter overall. Now, Woot, I'd like to thank you so much for joining me for that game number 1. We're going to be crossing over to the break before we kick off with our very next match, which is going to be AKA taking on Phoenix. But I'm sure we'll catch up in the week again, my good sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having me. And if I can just say one more thing, I don't think that 3-0 is definitely not a representation of how these teams played tonight. But well done to both teams. World Stars unlucky. Well played, Warzone Grinders, and thank you for having me, Nick.
Absolute pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Wootini, thank you for joining us here today. We're going to be crossing over to a break and kicking off with the very next game as we get things set up on our side. Make sure you stay tuned before we kick off with AKA taking on Phoenix. Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to the C3ZA action. I'm joined by the man himself, Mr. Trout. Happy birthday for one yesterday, and welcome to the stream, my dude.
Wow, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it coming from you guys and the people over at ACGL. It was really quite a shock to me to see that message. But yeah, it's been a minute, Mr. Holden. It has been a very long time, and it's very nice to hear your voice on the casting booth with me, man. How have you been?
Been fantastic. I mean, a lot of Call of Duty, probably the most I've casted in a couple of days. So really just happy to be able to be back on the mic here. And to be quite blunt, I'm happy that we're into the Premier side of the action at the moment. When it comes down to the bracket, double elimination. And as you saw a little bit earlier, the matches are getting a bit more intense. The skill is out for show. And today we've got a very, very good match. I mean, we've got Phoenix taking on the likes of AKA. And I mean, going into this game, any of your thoughts, Trot?
Well, so interestingly enough, like just before the Premier the Premier bracket was released and all the teams were placed into their respective runs for the tournament coming up, these two teams looked very different as to how they look now. I mean, it was like Rostamania. It was just chaos. People were leaving and joining other teams. So I'm super reserved for this game. I don't know which side is going to go because I mean, I know all of these players, but I don't know them. I don't know them in these teams. So I've never seen these teams playing cohesively. So it's going to be interesting to see. And yeah, as you as an old veteran, and you've probably seen these guys around for a while, what are you thinking?
Well, to be honest, I mean, having a look at the lineups, I'm kind of favoring Phoenix at the moment, just in terms of some of the players from old. I mean, I got to see a little bit of sprinkles previously, but maybe before we jump into the unknowns, let's jump into the knowns. And for right now, that comes down to the map selection. We've got Apocalypse as hardpoint map number 1. Then we've got Raid, Search and Destroy, as well as Raid Control. Jumping into Checkmate's hardpoint, if we go that far, Express, Search and Destroy to be able to cap it all off. It looks like we are ready and set to go. And I just want to make sure that the teams are ready so we can jump right on in with game number 1 here, Trut. So hardpoint on Apocalypse, what has been your overall thoughts on the map so far?
So unfortunately, I've been under the pump at university, so I get to play or cast much Call of Duty anymore. But when I do, and when I saw this map, I see that it's very harsh on rotations. And if you get set up, you're going to be in trouble. If for the opposite team is going to be in trouble. I mean to say it's very, very difficult if you break up, if you get broken, and if your rotations are set, you'll pick up time very quickly, and it can be very punishing to the other team. So it's going to come down to those rotations and those big plays. Whoever can sneak around the side, flip those spawns out, you know. And we talk about the spawns about this game, and this is the map where if you can manipulate those spawns correctly, you're going to do super well on this map.
All right, I get a little bit concerned when the players are all aiming at each other, seemingly looking like they're about to go shoot one another. I'm not too sure what the situation is. Hopefully we won't need a reset. Touch wood. No, we're going straight into reset. Yeah. It's pretty much standard at this point in time. I mean, we always have a look at these things, and it looks like we all go into straight reset off of the gate. But for right now, once again, just to reiterate those maps in terms of what we have available. We've got Apocalypse, Raid, Search and Destroy, as well as Raid Control. Interesting map selection coming across the board. I mean, Raid Control, we saw how tight those can be. And when it comes down to Apocalypse, as you pointed out, spawn control is absolutely massive on this map.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. There's been a lot of controversy around this map. People aren't really happy with the hardpoint rotations. They'd like to be swapped out for standoff, you know. But I don't know. I feel like it's one of those maps that most teams just don't want to put the time into. They play it once, and they're like, "Wow, this is awful," you know. Like, let's just ban it out, that kind of thing, and then and just put our effort into another map. And then there's teams that really just focus on this map, and you can see it's like their best map, and then they get pummeled on the other maps, which is a bit sad.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, it does look like the biggest problem of that game, just getting feedbacks from the players. It was a side swap. And that will at least allow me to have the correct overlays, which is quite exciting. It looks like we have the gameplay action. Let's have a look. It's Phoenix on the left. Yep, AKA on the right. And we do have the overlays as well to be able to come in. Let me just make sure that we can check our sides. There we go. That's a little bit prettier across the board. Love to be able to see it. Overlays are ready, and we can jump in with map number 1. It's going to be Phoenix taking on AKA. Anybody that stands out for you here?
Oh, wow. I've got to shout out to my boy Bassi. Man's an absolute menace on the map when he gets going. So I'd like to see him and Coach go, I don't know, in tandem and see if they can and really make those plays on the map. On the opposite side, the only person I really know well is probably Trizzy, and I mean, he can also be really, really impactful. So I think these teams are so evenly matched, and as is with all the teams in the Premier bracket, it really comes down to those individual plays, and whichever team can manipulate the spawns and get the rotations, you know, the more clinical side. And as I say, that 3 go down for the side of AKA. AKA and Phoenix straight into the point.
Yeah, and I mean, I think at the moment, very interesting. Both of these teams deciding to go with 3 SMGs off the break. I'm not too sure if that will change over time towards the 2 AR, which has pretty much been a core as a part of the meta for most of these players. But Phoenix, definitely one of those teams that has stood out in the past. I mean, I remember the Phoenix of old with Frosty standing out as one of those predominant players for that team. At the moment, when it comes down to AKA on the other side of things.
Oh, there was a nice, good first bit of time going the way of Phoenix there, and they're going to be set up on the next hill. And this is where the rotations come through, right? They break their way into the hill, get that first bit of time, get set up on the next hill, and if you can train if you can chain 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 hills together, you're going to start building up a lead, and I think that's what they need to do here. Going into it, however, it's going to be pretty much even up.
All right, so a good hold coming in here from Phoenix, being able to capture the point. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say, first off, we've gotten off to a flyer. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're enjoying the show. At the moment, Phoenix, this is one of the first ones that we've been able to see of them in this tournament as well for AKA. So let us know in the chat, who are you backing? For right now, we jump on board with Beyond Sprinkles. And hey, that's the same gun skin I like to be able to use for the AK-74U. That toy gun, just throw that one a little bit around. And
toy soldiers.
Yeah, 100%. So, I mean, jumping into this overall, Lau standing out in terms of 6 and 5, looking pretty solid for his team. Phoenix looking like they're going to have a game on their hands, however.
Absolutely. I mean, I was expecting a little bit more of a hold there coming out for that second hill. Because, I mean, they got broken relatively easily, I'd say, and quite early on that hill. And now there's been a lead change coming through. And on the rotation, it is going to be Phoenix on the next hill. But if they're going to be holding it like that, I mean, AKA is just going to be bullying their way into the hills. Let's see if they can replicate what they did in the previous hill on this hill.
Alright, so at the moment I'm going to jump on board with Coach. Unfortunately, he gets a little bit of commentator's curse there at the moment. Stream, or rather, the match is pretty much tied up, pretty much even Stevens. As we have a little bit of look at the oversight of the map. Spawn's going through left and right. Spawn's currently going in favor of AKA. Beyond Sprinkle's going to try fight his way into this hill.
Well, Coach going absolutely huge for his team. They're managing to hold the line just for a little bit longer. Enough for them to be picking up enough time there, just being a little bit of a nuisance. As I said, that 3 go down now for Phoenix. And it is just blow for blow in these hills. It's really, no one's able to really get set up and build a solid lead. But as you said before, this is the Premier League. This is what we're here to see. We're here to see the blow for blow games.
100% for right now. We hold on board with Coach. I just want to see if we've got a weapon change up. No, it does still look like we're going to run 3 SMGs. Of course, a lot of close range gunfights when it comes down to Apocalypse. And it does look like the early rotation is going to go in favor of Phoenix. However, they lose over to those spawns on the right-hand side. And we'll be able to hold it onto the left as we go in towards the courtyard. It's going to be a tricky hold for them. And they just need to be able to get themselves set up here, Phoenix, to be able to build up a little bit of a differential.
I was just going to say that they actually didn't lose spawns here. These are the favorable spawns for this map, because if you can funnel the opposite team through that dark area there, however, Kraus just pulleys his way on through. But normally that's a very strong cutoff that you can play and build up a good amount of time on this hill if everyone continues to push that hill. But fantastic stuff here from the side of AKA. No single pushes. They really coordinated their pushes, got the pinch set up. Now they've pushed out the spawns, and now they're going to be setting up a spawn trap on the opposite side. So I suppose you weren't completely incorrect when calling the
No. Listen, I agree. I think I was thinking about P2 there with the top side in terms of being able to get those spawns on the far right. So 100% correct from your end. When it comes down to Kraus at the moment, it's just going to be able to pick up a little bit of scrap time. Teams are pretty much even going into our next hill at the moment as we have a little bit of a look at who's sitting inside. That's Coach. He's got that Krieg in hand. The only player with an AR turns around and faces the only player on the opposite team. That's Melodai. Is that Meliadus? Meliadus? Meliadus.
Yeah. Your guess is as good as mine. Yeah, but on the rotation, it's been Phoenix every time, but they seem to get broken relatively early on, and now they've got players exiting the hill looking for kills, which is a bit funny to me. I think they've got to be a little bit more objective-based than kill-based, and just like that, it's last player left alive here. It's going to be Bass. He will be able to make that hero play. Finds nothing else, and gets taken out. And broken once again is going to be side of AKA. And it is just blow for blow. No team has gotten a full setup. I'd like to see at least one full setup for more than 20 seconds.
Alright, so in that interim, I was just mentally trying to pronounce Meliodas, which I'm pretty sure that is at that point in time. For right now, it's going to be Kraus picking up some of the scrap time on his end. Early rotation is going to go in favor of Phoenix. This is a hold that they're going to need to try come up with. But I want to keep an eye on this player number 6 coming up through the side. That's Trizzy. He'll have the door shut down on him. And you can see why this is so important. Currently player number 1, this is Coach with that oversight over the heel. Needs to try protect this area because you can see a big push coming from players 6, 7, and 8. That's Trizzy beyond Sprinkles as well as Meliodas trying to find their way in.
Well, this is a fantastic heads-up play here coming out of AKAs. They opted to, instead of going to break the hill in the front, they're going for the rotations. Unfortunately, it's just going to be number 6. It's going to be Trizzy trying to make this play here. But time's still going the way of Phoenix here. So that was actually not the most ideal play. Spawn's now back in favor of Phoenix, and they picked up the majority of hill time there and built a little bit of a lead. When Bassi, just being a menace, that's 2 in the hill now, staying alive and making 3. Goodness gracious, he's having a game.
Having a fantastic game, and at the moment you can see, despite AKA's best efforts to be able to numerically try overcharge their opposition down the side, they are unable to pick up those spawns, so Phoenix will hold here, and this is going to be a big point differential if they come. Oh, Lau comes up with a dirty 2-piece.
Well, that was a fantastic 4 clean sweep there for the side of Phoenix. This is what I wanted to see. They managed to pick up a good amount of time on that first P1, get the rotations through, get the setups, and now look at this. It's going to be a final pushing through here. The AK is spawning out on the other side of the map. There's a 15-20 seconds free for the side of Phoenix.
Yeah, and it's going to be very difficult for AKA to try break on through, but who's trying to do that? That's none other beyond Sprinkles. It looks like spawns are going to go all the way out as Coach gets forced down the side at the moment towards the staircase. Oh, Bazzi gets a little bit of a punch to the face, but still comes out on top of that gunfight. Phoenix holding on to every single point of this hill, and at the moment, will they get contested? No, it doesn't seem like that will happen at all as they shut down their opposition. I'd like to have a look at the streaks on Lau at the moment with 7 kills in the back pocket.
That's the first set of streaks coming through. If he gets one more, he's going to be picking up that missile as well. But that was a fantastic hold from Phoenix. I mean, they got a full 60. They didn't lose a single second on that hill. And then there was a bit of a rotation coming through there from AKA. They tried to flip out the spawns. Unable to do that. And clinical hard point there from the side of Phoenix. And let's see if Lau can push on through here, find that's all-important second kill. He will be able to find at least a little bit of shots onto him there. But no streaks as of yet.
Alright, so at the moment we're sitting in a position with Kraus down on the bottom side of things. We'll be able to try take on this challenge when it comes down to Coach as he works his way in through. Kraus able to pick up that kill. Now, AKA need to be able to fight their way back into this one. Oh, shots come over the top. It's going to be Meliodas. That
Melio, we're just going to call him Melly from now, but he's having a game himself, 21 and 15. He's being that all-important current with that AR in hand. But like you said, it's interesting to see that the side of Phoenix here has got a 3-1 split in terms of AR to SMG. But it seems to be paying off for them. They were able to give up the majority of time on this hill. And if you look over the mini-map, they're going to be set up on next. And they can close it out here. They just need one solid hold. They know roughly where the players are coming from. They have the favorable spawns. So let's see if they can close it out here.
Yeah, Phoenix looking very, very good in this second half of the hard point. It was very close going into this very same hill previously. I think both teams tied up at around about 91 points a pop. And at the moment, it's going to be Lau trying to burst his way through as it looks like the hill hold is going to come in. However, it is the change of the direction that gets predicted by Coach here, who turns around and tries to aim his way towards the opposition spawn. And it's going to be a little bit of a flip spawn from both of these teams here at the moment as AKA finally gets themselves some heal time.
Well, I suppose this is the advantage of building a nice lead off of that one hill. 60-point cushion. You're able to rotate now, as we're going to be coming through here. So it's going to be very important for AKA to cut up these rotations and keep as much scrap time as they possibly can. As it's going to be Malad, it's the last one alive here. It's going to have to take out 2 players. It's unable to do that. But Kraus is there for the trade. Scheme's left alive. So now there's an all-important lucky spawn there coming through. Got gifted was Phoenix. It's on the pop. They only need 20 seconds here. And Kraus, Trizzy, excuse me, is trying to sneak his way on through.
All right, 233 points as AKA try to diminish that lead, but it's going to be player number 4. That's Bazzi that jumps inside the hill. Skeens has had a fantastic game, 26 and 15 with 1 minute and 38 seconds of heal time. I mean, looking like an unstoppable force at this moment, but Phoenix is definitely rising, and at the moment it does look like they're going to be able to secure map number 1 here as Phoenix take that, looking quite convincing, it has to be said.
Oh, well, I wouldn't call that quite convincing. I'll say one heal convincing. Like I said, they got that full 60 cushion, and if you look at the point difference, is what, 55 seconds. So that heal made all the difference. That one P2 off the second set of rotations, and that was the difference. And that's what I said to you. It's going to come down to that one hero play, that one setup, the more clinical, and that's the team that took the map, and that's exactly what happened. Phoenix took that map, played the hardpoint better, and yeah. I don't know what else to say. Not much to be said. That was
not
fantastic
much to be said. All right. So at the moment, when it comes down to raid, that's the next map up for grabs. for Search and Destroy as well as Control. At the moment, we're going to make sure that the players can get themselves into the very next lobby, and we'll be there ready to be able to join them as well. You, of course, are tuned in to the C3ZA Premier Bracket. This is round number 1. We're slaying the table, essentially, for what is to come. And at the moment, we have some fantastic teams in the Premier Bracket joining us throughout. So, going into this, I mean, we've got essentially GHC, World Stars, Warzone Grinders, Luna Gaming, NXH, Phoenix COD, as well as AKA. So it does look like we've got a good series ahead of us. Now, what can you look forward to? Well, with ESCOM pending, it means that we are hoping to have the finals being played this Sunday. That's going to be the winners bracket final, losers bracket final, as well as the grand final. However, once again, I do say that with a little...
dependent.
Yeah, big time, big time. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens from their side of things. For right now, we are going into the Search and Destroy. Thoughts going into this one from your side, Trot?
So, previously, what expressed previously, Phoenix, they were a real force to be reckoned with here on the Express. They played it really well. The previous team, rather, before the change up here with Bassi and everyone else who had picked up. If you just give me 2 seconds here, I'm going to need to change up the team settings.
Not a problem.
But yeah, I think I say this most times when we cast S&D, regardless of the team. It really comes down to those in-game decisions that you can make. If you can get set up and you say you go A, and then you decide you commit that, and then you realize you're losing out on A, and you make that in-game decision, that heads up play, and you rotate back around, get the bomb down, get your setups that way. If you're able to be that adaptive team, and rather than being able to rely solely on setups and previous strats and everything like that, then I think you can be the team that'll come out on top here.
Yeah, so we're going to be heading across to Dirty Raid. And at the moment, that's all about trying to make sure you can control your side of the map. I always like those 50-50 gun battles down the throat of the map when it comes down to Zigzag versus Kitchen. Let's see who's going to be able to take this one down. So I want to find out your predictions in chat. On my side of things, I think Phoenix have been looking phenomenal throughout this at the moment. So I can't wait to be able to see what they're going to be able to do here today. And to be honest, I'm leaning more on their side than I am on the opposite side for AKA. I hate to say it.
You think this is going to be a 3-0?
I think we have the potential of a 3-0 in the works. And AKA from their end, they're going to have to essentially bring up all the control that they can, because Phoenix are going to be relentless. I mean, Search and Destroy, I think it's one of those, they've got experience on their team, and it's the game mode that really does speak the most to experience when it comes down to Search.
Oh, absolutely. When you get that ice in the vein and you're able to make those heads-up plays and maybe clutch that 1v2, and I mean momentum. This is a game of momentum. But now they can ride this momentum coming off of that Phoenix I'm talking about, off of that first hard point where they got their setup once, and it shows that they can do it against a team like this. And now if they get 1, 2, 3 quick rounds in a row, I mean that's a bit of a mountain to climb if you AKA, because I don't know, I think it's a game of mentality and skill. If one person clutches that 1v3, the enemy team that's really going to get in their head. I mean, what are you thinking? And then they're going to start pointing fingers, and it's going to have to come down to things like that, and it's just going to come down to composure and experience. Exactly what you said, and I couldn't agree more.
Composure and experience. We'll see if that pays off here in the Search and Destroy. I want to find out your experience, your exposure to all the viewers. Do you guys have the insight? Do you have the leading edge when it comes down to who's going to be able to take this one? I want to find out your predictions. Let us know in the chat. I'll give you a little bit of a shout out, show you some love. That's what we like to do in this Call of Duty ZA community. What a long way we have come over the years. What a long way there still is to go. But hopefully, I think the thing that we're all looking forward to is the build-up of the seasons ahead. I know that there's whispers of a new Call of Duty title on the horizon. We'll have to wait and see what that is. I think there's always question marks over the next COD, and what does that mean for competitive? We're going to have to wait and see. For right now, we're just waiting on the players. Let us know in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm waiting for your predictions. I want to get your prediction, Trout, to start things off of.
Look, I think these teams are so evenly matched. But judging off of that first hard point, I'm going to have to back you and say it's going to be Phoenix. But I definitely don't think it's going to be 3-0. I think there's a strong potential for either this S&D going the way of AKA, or at the very least the control. But I suppose we spoke about this the last time. I mean, we'll get to this talk about control and why it's better than domination in every single way when we get there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where that game mode is the perfect combination. And I think if a Phoenix can do well in first the respawn and then the non-respawn and then the combination of the two, I mean, pretty big no-brainer. But I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna say it's Phoenix, but I don't think it's gonna be a 3-0.
Okay. Well, from my side of things, I think when it comes on to search and destroy, I'm not too sure. Let me just double check these maps. They're saying that it's Express right now. We'll just double check from our side of things what the teams are saying. They're saying that the map is actually Search and Destroy Express. I'm just going to double check from our group a little bit earlier. The teams are going through the vetoes. And I've got Apocalypse Raid Express. They just finished the vetoes. No. So we're just going to double check with the teams. I think they're swapping Express for Raid early on in the search right now for some reason, even though that's not the way it was listed.
Well, I like Express. I mean, I feel like the Black Ops 2 maps are the maps that play the best in this game, and I stand by that.
Listen, I don't have a problem with Black Ops 2 maps. That's the peak of the time. So I'm just double checking. Yeah, it does look like the S&Ds just swapped. The teams unfortunately sent the order incorrect through. So, of course, our graphic is thrown out of the way. So, if you're having a look at the graphic right now, Raid falls right to the end. We're going to Search and Destroy on Express.
Well, that's good enough. But yeah, going back to what you said a little bit earlier, I think that was interesting that you said that there's the rumors and there's already been leaks or whatever about what the next Call of Duty is going to be called. And I mean, the big one at the moment is obviously that it's going to be World War II. And yep. I've had several players tell me that if it's World War II, then they're going to stop competing. So I don't know what that means.
I hear that false threat every year. Believe me. As soon as the beta goes out, it's going to be, this is the best game ever. And we need to play COD. If anything, I kind of just hope that Activision have a title from their end that they go, you know what, for competitive, this is going to be our competitive title for the next 3 years. We're going to do updates constantly on it. We'll take care of it. We'll bring in new maps. We'll change the meta. Then I'm happy. I mean, I don't... Personally, I know this might be a bit weird, considering that it's Activision's bread and butter. We don't need that. We need microtransactions, skins, and give us some good weapons and some good fun. And let us play competitive, man. That's what I think we're about.
Yeah, I agree, but, you know, Activision is a big corporate company. They don't listen to the fans. It's the same thing every year. Everyone gets upset as we're saying that Lau gets a huge 2-piece. I mean, you know the vibes. It's just going badly for AK at this point. 4v2, and Bomb will be going down.
Bomb will be going down. It does look like we've got a little bit of a split here. Let me just double check our overlay so we can have blue on the left-hand side and make sure that that is represented effectively. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Still want to get you guys confused at home. For right now, we jump on board with Meliodas, and unfortunately, he will get knocked down. It's going to be Phoenix Gaming.
Yeah, I definitely think that was the biggest ego shot I've seen in this game so far. He had no right re-challenging that.
Yeah.
That was really next level. Anyways, Lau just making the plays as well as we were rambling along about competitive Call of Duty.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a big faction as a part of Call of Duty is that the change in the meta constantly means that a player base has to switch to be... And I know this might sound crazy. I think they should come out with a base title. I don't care if it costs 500 inlet, and build it from there. It will change the dynamic of the competitive environment. If you want to download the campaign, cool, it costs you $350. If you want to download added single-player content, cool, another $350. But to be honest, from a competitive standpoint, I think that there's so much to be able to be done just to be able to bring it to a core. At the moment, I'm getting a little bit of a connection interrupted. I'm not too sure about you on your side.
You also had a bit of a lag. You had a lag in Discord there, so it could possibly be on your end. I'm not entirely sure.
That is very, very possible. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching at home, I'm seeing we're dropping frames as well. This is very concerning. I'm not too sure. It looks like we've held up. So I do apologize about that slight disconnection there. Frogfoot is not agreeing with us on our fiber network, but we are tied up at 1 apiece at the moment when it comes down to the search and destroy.
Fantastic answer back there from the side of AKA. They pretty much carbon copy replicated the previous round and planted on A and got the kills where they needed to. So, but yeah, I must agree with you that in terms of if they just released one title and then continuously gave that updates, even if it was free or microtransactions or whatever. But I think what a lot of people don't realize about corporate companies, especially big ones like Activision, the people that make the decisions don't have an inkling of an idea of what's going on. For instance, now recently we've had to do a lot of research on like fish companies, like for like J&M or whatever, those people that go out and harvest the ocean for copious and copious amounts of fish.
I&J, heart of the home. That company?
Exactly. That company, that very one. So their board of directors, we found out that they have this a meeting every year or whatever, and not a single one of them knows a single thing about catching fish. They just know about money. And I guarantee you that is the same thing with gaming. It's a bunch of old people that don't really know what's going on, and they're just in it for the money. And I feel like that's a sad reality. You know what I mean?
feel like that's a rough blanket statement. I mean, some companies might be like that. When it comes down to certain companies, I think they've kind of seen the light with what happened with Warzone. Warzone is a free-to-release title, and it just gives you opportunity to be able to buy those. But I feel like we're going on a tangent here. We're going too far away from our action. It's Phoenix Gaming that just won that one out. Scheme's able to come up with the shots on Meliodas just in time. And Phoenix at the moment looking quite solid. However, AKA is willing to be able to fight back. Everything has been seemingly about those defending rounds for right now. It's going to be AKA on the attack to change things up.
So sorry for going on a tangent there. This is actually a podcast stream, if you're wondering. I'm joking. Anyways, back onto it. Looks like it's going to be a hard A commit here from the side of AKA. Not read at all from Phoenix, as they pretty much had no one on there, and the bomb's going to be going down. Pretty much Mahala.
Alright, so at the moment it's going to be Schemes jumping over the top as we have a little bit of look at the overside. Players are split on either side. We're still on board with the bomb carrier, Trizzy. The stun grenade will get thrown out. The task mask gives an indication of where his position is. At the moment, the bomb looks to get planted, and it's going to be Meliodas on the flank watch, who comes out with the shots needed. Oh, challenges from range,
shots.
and Meliodas, wow, with the aim to match.
He's got the ego Charles and the shots to follow it up. At the moment, it's a 2v3 situation. Lau and Coach to come up. Coach might get some lucky timing here. He's just trying to pick up sprinkles. He doesn't check quite well enough, but gets called out, I believe. No, he doesn't.
Oh, Kraus with the turn on says, get out of my face, son. At the moment, it's Lau left all alone. He's just picked off one. That's Trizzy. 14 seconds left on the clock, and it's going to be Lau trying to make his way through bottom side. We'll be able to pick up another. It's going to be Kraus on the top side. Oh, they go face to face, and AKA take a round of their own there. The attacking team seems to dominate.
Absolutely. I mean, that came down to the wire there. Lau looked like he was able to do it for a mere moment. If he had maybe another 5-6 seconds, he could have challenged out there and gotten that 1v3. But unfortunately, didn't go his way, and the round going the way of AKA. All tied up 2 apiece.
Tied up at 2 apiece on the search and destroy. One map in favor of Phoenix. Coach really needs to be able to step things up. Currently sitting on a 0 and 3 on the opposite side of things. Meliodas.
He's having a fat chat with Owen.
Yeah.
0-3.
0-3. I like it. I like
Anyways, looks like a bit of a split spawn. Dad jokes aside. Looks like it's going to be a B plant coming out of the side of Phoenix.
I don't know. You had your first kid already.
Don't jinx me! Don't jinx me! I don't. So don't put that out there. The energy's not out there yet.
Alright, so at the moment, bomb has been planted on the B side. At the moment, the full wrap is looking to be made here from Kraus on top side. Beyond Sprinkles comes up with a kill to be able to shut them down. It's going to be Phoenix trying to make their way in. Trizzy will get knocked down by Bazzy. Now Lau and Bazzy in a 2v3 situation. 22 seconds left on the clock. They need to make some moves. And oh, Lau gets left alone again. Unfortunately for him, will get taken down. That's going to be Kraus picking that up, and it's going to be AKA with their first one of their search and destroys that they've managed to pick up. So not too bad from them. They'll take that quite gladly.
That was a good defensive round there. Nice retake. Came down to the kills there. 2 players went down quickly for Phoenix, and then it was a matter of trading, and round went away of AKA. I do believe that was the first defensive round of the game. Could be wrong.
I think so. I think you're actually correct there. It's all just been about the defensive trying to falter, but that one was picked up, and at the moment, It's going to be AKA on the attack, and Meliodas has been phenomenal on the defensive side of attack, if I can say that. He's been holding down the long lines of side, picking up those flanks for the overextend, and that's seemingly a little bit of a fault of Phoenix. They seem to go with those overextends, and speaking about that, it's Lau trying to make the play as the bomb looks to get planted here.
Yeah, he's trying to make that big rap, but I think he's going to be cut. Oh, finally, Coach is on the board, picks up Beyond Sprinkles there. And looks like Lau's still over here to make the play. His teammate, he knows the position of at least one player. He's going to catch him out in the corner of his eye. Two go down, 4v2, Kraus and Trizzy. 30 seconds to work with. Bit of a retake coming in here.
Yeah, 29 seconds left on the clock at the moment. There's going to be schemes that takes on Trizzy. Kraus is left all alone. He'll be able to pick up one. Jumps on top towards the top of the staircase. Works his way towards the stairs. It's two waiting for him down below. Like hungry sharks, they take him down. And they find their targets. And there we go. It's going to be Phoenix to pick up a defensive round of their own.
Exactly. It really has been. Whatever you can do, I can do it better. And it's been trade for trade. 3 apiece. Round number 6 going Phoenix. Nice retake coming out of them. And yeah, we say that, I suppose, with all of these Premier Division teams, that it really is just blow for blow when it comes to hard points. Now it's going to come down to whether or not they can chain 1 or 2 rounds together. And I guarantee you, if there's 2 rounds chained together, that's probably going to be the team that wins.
All right.
I got my money on that.
I like it. The call of the 2 rounds in a row. That would be up to Phoenix right now on the attack to be able to do that. Lau's been having a great game so far, currently with a 2.0 KD ratio. I did that math all in my head, ladies and gentlemen. So for right now, when it comes down to Lau, let's jump aboard and see what he's getting up to.
Well, trying to make their way over onto B here. Bit of a slow one, which is given a hell of a lot of map control to the side of AKA. It's going to be number 6. That's Trizzy pushing up here. Finds the first blood. Almost finds the second. He's going to go for the re-challenge, but gets red. And first trade comes through.
Yeah, really didn't need to go for the challenge there after picking up the first kill. Oh, Coach, what a teammate. Picks up those kills. Now it's Beyond Sprinkles. Left all alone on the backside of the map. We'll wait for the players to make their way forward. Does he spot Coach in the window? No, doesn't. As he's going to rotate towards B now. That's going to leave the door wide open for the bomb plant. Sprinkles doubles back. Tries to spot out Lau.
I don't know where he is.
Ooh, going for the challenge does Lau. Now, I don't quite understand that in terms of being able to go peek that. You already have the information where the player is coming from. Tighten up. Make sure you get your trades in. At the moment, down to a 2v1 situation.
You tend to forget which region we're playing in. This is South Africa. It's ego chell or nothing. So you can have the information all you want, but it's going to be the kill that they're going to be looking for at the end of the day. And 1v2 situation here. 14 seconds make it 0v2 as Phoenix do chain 2 rounds together. So the question is, are they going to be able to close it out here?
All right. So yeah, you mentioned that the team that gets those 2 rounds in a row, that's Phoenix at the moment. Do you think? You made your call. Are you going to lie in that bed?
Absolutely. I'm here. I'm not about to go back on my word. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this is going to be a 6-4 victory to Phoenix. Someone take my money in the chat. I got a whole Bitcoin. No, I'm joking. I don't have that kind of money.
Be careful what you bet on, good sir. For right now, we go to the attacking team, which is going to be AKA. A little bit of a mix-em up as they head towards the B site at the moment. Ooh, I don't like this. I don't like this, and it doesn't look like they like it either. At the moment, they decide, oh, let's go toward... No, let's not go towards B at the moment. Change their mind, as it does look like a little bit of a mix-up will come in. Not too sure if that was just comms or information that made them change their mind.
That was a in-game representation of a sidestep. That was quite something right there. It was an absolute bait out. Go back to the other side. Let's see if they can't find a bomb plant here on B. On A, sorry.
Looks like Lau's just trying to see if he can spot out any information. Does look like the call has been made to go double back to A. This would be a great opportunity for them to try push B as the numbers go flow towards A. But however, the bomb is on the backside. And that's not really where you want it. You kind of lose your anchor position. Oh, good trades coming in here from Coach, as well as Sprinkles.
Oh no, you see this bomb come flying over him, Melodius. I'm never going to pronounce that name correctly. Does have the bomb in hand. Schemes in a bit of an interesting off angle here. Kraft pushes in, does get taken out for it. Trades come through. It's going to be a 2v1 situation now with a bit of timing here. He might be able to get lucky. He might get the perfect timing. He's going to find one. The challenge is there. He's going to find the second is the question. Here comes a push. Here comes a push.
Oh, ring around the rosies. Pocket full of posies. Who's going to come out on top of this one? Dances his way to the room. It's low. Oh, no! The shots were
Battle
missed.
of the pistols. Battle of the pistols right there came down to it. Schemes was the one who closed it out.
Oh, wow.
Goodness gracious. Oh, not Schemes, sorry. Sprinkles was the one who closed out there. That was really quite something. That was hilarious.
Oh my goodness, a tissue, we all fall down as Lau finds himself on the back foot there. I thought he was going to clean that up quite nicely, but wow, the exit got made there at the end by Sprinkles to get himself out of that situation.
I mean, if he had one extra bullet in his AK-74U there, I think he might have been able to do it, but unfortunately, that's not how the cookie crumbles, as Lau is going to be doing ring around the rosy. Here's peripheral vision fails him that time as Trizzy and Cross go back to back. 2v4. Bit of a tough one to come back to.
Yeah, 2v4 indeed. Phoenix not looking too healthy at the moment. They need to come up with some picks here. Bazzy's not looking down the right corner at the moment. I mean, if only you could see the information that we have. Tries to work his way in here. Oh, spots out. Oh, God, timing at its worst. Whips out the grenade as soon as he moves himself away from ADS. AKA are playing it their way, it seems, as Trout's that prediction. I don't know.
I don't know. I guess I can only be wrong from now. I'm gonna be eating a big sandwich or a big pile of humble pie here. But anyways, looks like that was a fantastic round there from AK. Can they close it out and completely inverse my call and change it over to a 6-4 to AKA?
Or round 11 search and destroy. You know that's what we want to be able to see here. For right now, it's AK on the attack, and they go for the B, and it's we going to make the move? No, we decide to jump back. I mean, it's like there's an invisible barrier in that passage which they keep on encountering and then turning around on. Right now, in terms of that hesitancy, let's see if that's going to pay off into their favor. Trizzy, oh, timing.
Lau turns the corner and sees an entire entourage of blue players and gets cut down for it, as it's going to be a 4v3.
4v3 indeed at the moment. Does look like the train won't get pushed, so Bazzy's not going to be able to spot off anybody off of the bat. The players from Phoenix, they need this round to stay in the search and destroy. Coach from downtown. Bomb gets planted, down to a 3v3. Schemes and
well, he would have been spotted out there.
Oh, Meliodas. Now Bazzy.
Gosh.
They're both in the same spot. And Meliodas with a great point to be able to hold. Schemes now needs to try and make a challenge here. And he's not going to have enough. Oh, there we go. AKA.
Oh, my goodness.
Turn it on its head. Get themselves the round that they need to tie things up.
I guess everyone in chat a whole Bitcoin. But no,
yeah.
I take back what I said.
We've all got Bitcoins, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank Trout. I'm not too sure what's funding that bank account, but it is much appreciated.
I guess completely wrong with that call. Fantastic stuff there from AK as they managed to close it out in a 6-4 fashion. Score was right, teams were wrong. Fantastic stuff there, as we will be at least seeing a second HP.
We will indeed get a second HP, and at the moment we're going to get the teams ready and reset from our side of things. We're just waiting for them as the host will now change. But an interesting series thus far, hasn't it been, Trout? I mean, from your side of things, a close one to be able to start this off. We're getting a map 4 guaranteed, but to be honest, both of these teams seemingly like they don't want to be able to give over that guaranteed slot in the semi-finals of the winners bracket.
I mean, I must agree, but I think that's normally the case with these teams. No one wants to go down and make a losers bracket run at all. So it's going to come down to whichever team wants it more. And at this stage, it really is difficult to tell the difference between the two, as it is one map apiece.
All right, one map apiece. I just want to make sure our teams are aware that they are on different sides. Yeah, Bo. They need to make sure that, and then we'll make sure that we've got that on the overlay as well. If you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. This is, of course, the C3ZA Premier Bracket. Trout, your prediction not really working out there, but to be honest, I'm not one to be able to complain. I don't think I've got any predictions right today.
Well, I can tell you that I did call as a whole that it was going to be, at the very least, not a 3-0. So I'm correct in that regard, but yet to see whether or not my entire prediction will hold true.
There's a silver lining right there, ladies and gentlemen. For right now, it looks like we're just about set for map number 3. And we will be going to raid this time around, despite us almost dancing around raid previously. We will go there, and it does look like Holden's
You
on.
making an appearance?
Guys,
You making
guys,
an appearance?
I was almost a player in the lobby there. That would have been exciting, and if you wanted to see what old man's hands looks like, you would have been able to see it firsthand from my POV. Very, very shaky indeed.
Anyways, well, we did speak about control a little bit earlier and how it's better than domination in every single way. But going back to that, I think this is a combination perfectly between S&D and a respawn, and it's going to come down to that. And this was, I feel like 9 times out of 10, whoever wins the control generally wins the series, because this is like where you really have to pull finger, you know. And I don't know, what are your predictions going into the control? Do you think we're going to see a round 5, or is it just going to be quick dominant performance from either of the teams?
To be honest, at this point, I'm scared of making predictions. I think one of the teams will win, and one of the teams will not win. I think at this point in time, that's about as safe as I can play it.
Bet. Couldn't be safer. I don't know. Maybe we get unlucky as the world's first draw in control just because you made that prediction.
Right. I just want to make sure that we've got the team overlay ready and set before we cross to that, and you'll have that on your screen. So, ladies and gentlemen, hold tight. For right now, this is map number 3 of the round number 1 of the essentially the Premier bracket. And it does look like we should have that ready. There we go. Nice and pretty for you, ladies and gentlemen at home. For right now, Phoenix off to a little bit of a flyer. Coach gets himself 2 kills in quick succession. And it does look like on this control that they're going to be able to pick up the A site, at least get 2 ticks on that. And that's not a bad start for AKA.
Absolutely not. That was a nice. Go get quick 2 picks on that side. Wrap on round. Sprinkles is there for the 2-piece, and now they're capping B all of a sudden. So this is a perfect sort of like strat being executed here, if you will. Getting a little bit of time on the one side, rotating over, becoming a nuisance. When they die on this side, guess where they're going? Back to A.
Alright, at the moment there's going to be schemes jumping his way through. We'll be able to bring out a hold on that side now. Just 1 tick is all that remains on this A side. It looks like they should be able to pick this up as long as they don't chull. And there we go. It does look like they do exactly that. Now when it comes down to lives, we have to bear that in mind. It's going to be 19 to 23 in favor of Phoenix.
Well, they got the point and have a good amount of time to go take the second point, 2 minutes if you will. But now they paid for that a little bit in a full set of respawns. And if you look over at your minimap there, that's going to be Lau all the way pushed up in the spawn. And now it's going to come down to whoever can get the kills here and get that spawn trap going. But unfortunately, the trades are going all the way for the side of AK as they're trying to push their way through the back spawn of Phoenix here. And if they manage to get a clean sweep here, it'll be easy pickings if they manage to get on the point.
Easy pickings indeed. At the moment, it's going to be the B site that will get hold here by Phoenix. At the moment, in terms of looking at positional play, I like this play coming in here from Lau. Getting the wrap completely around and going to be a little bit of a nuisance here for the AKA squad.
Well, now he's here to set up for the spawn trap, right? And you look over there, one of the players is put up into P1, is manipulating the spawns, making sure they're spawning over at AC. And looks like 2 of the players go down there. Slighted life advantage going back the way of Phoenix. And Lau being a nuisance up, and he gets absolutely burned. Somebody clip that.
Oh my
Lau just
man. Wow.
That just happened. That genuinely just happened. And those body shots, completely warranted. There's no toxicity behind that, just a bit of extra love.
Oh, just a little bit of an extra love tap just for the effort. Oh my goodness, he got completely turned on there. At the moment, when it comes down to Bazzi's working this one through the backhand, it's going to be AKA looking to pick up this B side. At the moment, Lau is still, I think there's a tissue. He's crying a little bit. That moment, I feel bad for you, good sir.
I don't, that moment right there was enough for me to say that they've won this map. That was unbelievable. I don't think I've seen that in this game yet. That was unbelievable. Trizzy just playing out of his skin, pushing on through, getting the kills when he needs to. And first round going their way.
Yeah, just a moment's silence, please. Can we just give it 5 seconds of silence for Lau there?
Shocked, actually. Genuinely shocked.
Thanks, everybody, for joining me in that moment of silence. I mean, shame, man. That was such a rough one. At the moment, dirty coming in from AKA. Now it's going to be Phoenix on the attack. Let's see if they're going to be able to change things up here. As we take a look, it does look like a B-side push is going to be a priority.
Oh yeah, a nice bit of a change up as the regular A push get it on quickly, or rather they're bullying their way through the middle of the map. And
I
trying
like
to get
this.
a quick B tap there. 2 down now. Going to be getting on the point. They know where the players are roughly. They know one player's coming on the pinch, and one of the other number 5. That's going to be Coach looking for the wrap here. First tick down. Good here for the side of the Phoenix.
Schemes plays that so well, gets the information that the players around the corner, slows him down just for a second. Meliodas needs to double back, unfortunately won't be able to do so. Phoenix love this push, and at the same time, look at the A side. Looks like Bazzi as well as Lau are there and set up and ready. However, Lau's just trying to stay alive, waiting for the entourage to be able to follow him through.
My goodness.
Turns around, Lau's willing and ready to be able to fight back for this one. He felt the embarrassment, now needs to be able to feel essentially just a little bit better by getting those kills.
Well, that was a very, very quick B tack there. They still have the advantage of lives and 1 tick on the side of A here. Just 1 clean sweep from the side of Phoenix. Jump on that point, and I think that's going to be their round. But at the moment, Beyond Sprinkles trying to be that turret on top of the statue. And as I said, that Lau is here. He's trying to make a point. He says, that wasn't me. I'm here to get the kills and put on a performance for the boys. As he finds his nemesis, Trizzy, and finds the second. That's 3 down, and that's going to be all of the players stacking the point.
Columns, they haven't checked column side. Oh, there we go. Schemes is able to find that, and at the moment it does look like the players filter in through the courtyard. Will this be Phoenix's hold? Yes, it is, and there we go. They give that one up quite quickly, does AKA, and we tied up at 1 apiece.
Oh, fantastic stuff there. Lau really bringing it back.
Yeah,
finds the kills when he
needs
to, and that's exactly what you love to see. He finds a quick 2-piece here. And then that was this 2-piece here was enough for them to break this point wide open, get on there, stack the point, cap it in under 20 seconds, and there you go. Blow for blow, 1 round apiece.
1 round a pop indeed. At the moment now it's going to be the AKA squad on attack. Let's see if they can be as efficient as they were previously. You can feel the tension between both of these teams, a little bit of a back and forth. One team trying to decide, no, we want to take it further from you. No, the other team pulls right back. At the moment, it's going to be Trizzy trying to work his way towards the corner. At the moment, it's a good A push, but look at this from the backside. It's going to be Lau as well as Schemes trying to split the defense, and that's going to leave players needing to have eyes on the back of their head here. And Schemes works his way in towards the site. That's going to be enough. So, I mean, 2 ticks, that's not really worth here for the Phoenix squad. On the opposite side.
Only 2 lives between them now, pretty much even up. Just over a minute to work with here. Kraus last left alive here on this running position as his teammates come barreling on through onto the B side. Let's see if they can find the kills, and their new 2 is going to be Coach and Schemes pushing here. He finds 1, but can't quite find the second. But fortunate spawns there for the side of AK as they wouldn't be stacking onto this A point, and I think at this point Phoenix is just going to be chalking up A and putting all their time and effort into B.
Alright, it does look like B's looking to find its second tick, and it does manage to do that at the moment. All the players are going to bottleneck themselves in through B-ball as they try to work their way in. It's going to be Lau coming up with the trades needed, and Bazzi as well with the shots needed. On the back end of that is going to be Kraus forcing his way into the spawn and forcing the players from Laundry to try hunt him down. Coach needs to check his corners and unable to do so.
Well, now it's going to come down to a serious hero play here from Bassi on this one side, because if he gets taken out, he's going to be in trouble here. He goes for the contest. Teammates coming on up. There comes his reinforcements. Bassi keeping that contest just for as long as possible. Schemes trying to be that entry player. Lau, however, is the one who makes the kill. But that's 3 down now for the side of Phoenix. Kraus is there for the follow-up, and I believe that's going to be all she wrote for this round as B gets picked up, and it's going to be 2-1.
There we go. AKA take that. Congratulations to them. I mean, looking quite sleek on this control, it has to be said. And maybe that momentum just from that previous search and destroy really playing into effect here.
Oh, absolutely. Well, at least on the attacking rounds. I mean, on the defending rounds, that side from Phoenix, they really had a fantastic game as well. I mean, I think they didn't even go down to below 10 lives before they capped both points. But again, it's blow for blow for these teams, and now slight advantage going the way of AKA. Let's see if Phoenix can answer back on the attack.
Alright, so Phoenix with it all to do on this attacking side at the moment. Taking a look at streaks, nobody's got really anything to be able to work with. Lau comes out through the middle. Seems like their main strategy, get control of the kitchen and make decisions further from that. Beyond Sprinkles picks himself up too. All 3 players down. Coach is left with it all to do on site.
Oh, Beyond Sprinkles is trying to make a play here on his ace. Can't quite find it. Coach lost alive.
The B pushes in store at the moment. Players coming in through the back, and they've got to keep their eyes on player number 3 in the zigzag at the moment. It's going to be Coach that gets challenged. And now player number 4, Meliodas, will find himself trying to pick off the players at B. Now the decision gets made. Will Coach go towards this A site? Beyond Sprinkles ready and waiting, whereas Bazzy's done so well to stay alive on that end. They do give it up with only 1 tick on the board and a 5 life differential. AKA looking solid on this defense.
Well, Sprinkles finds a very, very nice kill there in those art stairs fight. Coach finds 2 of his own. That's 3 down now. Pushing up onto the point is going to be Phoenix. Let's see if they can finally get some momentum going in this round, because at the moment, AKA is just shutting them down left, right, and center.
Coach!
As Coach is still going big, and they stack this point hard. Managed to find a quick 1 tick, make it 2.
Oh, Meliodas managed to shut down Coach there, and at the moment it's going to be the red of AKA filtering their way in. Schemes comes up with the challenge. And will
Schemes, fantastic duties there.
almost a 3. He's feeling it at the moment. Comes up with 3 big kills inside the heel, pretty much getting the A site all by himself.
Now just over a minute to work with here to can make a retake. Lives all even.
Yeah.
I believe they're going to be pushing their way around the back laundry side. That's going to be number 6 and 7, I believe. That's going to be Lau and Bassi trying to see if they can't sneak their way on through the spawns. But Sprinkles is going to be there watching and waiting in the nerd spot.
Ooh.
However, finds nothing but death. But Kraus is there to trade out the players. And it's still going to be a 2v3 situation. Bit of a tough spot to be in if you are on the side of Phoenix.
Meliodas trying to hold up here. Does well with his teammate to be able to take down Lau. That's Kraus on the back end. 14 lives to 11. AKA have resurged here, playing their lives, but a big push. You can see it all coming through mid-map, and that's going to be a priority here for this Phoenix gaming team.
Oh, absolutely. You get control of this money, pushing their way on through. But it's going to be Sprinkles here, watching like a torrent. Just getting the information. 30 seconds to work.
They're
with
not
3
checking
lives
their
between
backs.
2 teams.
They're not checking their backs. At the moment, it's going to be Bazzy left up. Schemes coming in through spawns. 27 seconds left on the clock. Bazzy picks up his 2nd kill here. Needs to watch on low side. It's Sprinkles inside Tiki. Schemes should be there to be able to come up with the trade. However, there's players either side of him. Schemes still inside the hill. Will get knocked down. 22 seconds left on the clock. Lives remaining. Have a look at that. 10 to 5. If Phoenix are going to come up, they've got no more respawns left. Every single player that gets taken down from here. However, all 4 players stay up. It's going to be Kraus that comes up with the trades inside of the mid-map. 7 seconds on the clock. They need to make their way in. It's Beyond Sprinkles on the right-hand side. It's AKA that pick up the win and take the map.
Wow, that really came down to it. I mean, Phoenix showed a bit of life there at the end. It looked a little bit hairy, but luckily the trades go the way of AKA. They closed out in a 3-1 fashion. Fantastic stuff. Them really riding the momentum from that previous map. And I think I'm definitely going to be incorrect. And this AKA side looks like to be a force. Looks to be a force to be reckoned with. What do you think?
100%. And at the moment, it's going to be essentially a hard point to go to. And from at least Phoenix's side of things, they need to pick up 2 maps in a row. So pressure is fairly on their shoulders. Will the experience pay off? Or is it this bright young AKA team that are showing them what it's worth on this one? For right now, the players are getting themselves set up. But let's have a little bit of a look at the maps that remain quickly. We do have Checkmate, Hardpoint. Interesting map in its own right. And then we're going to finish things off with Raid, Search and Destroy. We do have a swap there for those of you who just joined us. Might be a little bit confused. But going on to this Checkmate, any thoughts before we get up and join in with that one?
Again, Checkmate for Hardpoint, it's much like Apocalypse. If your rotations are a bit slow, teams can really punish you for that. If you can chain maybe 1 or 2 heals together here, you're really going to be able to build a nice substantial lead. And I mean, we saw Phoenix do that in the first map. If they can replicate that, that's going to be fantastic. Then we'll be going to game 5. However, looking at this AKA side, if they're riding this momentum that they currently have, it's going to be a bit of a monumental task, if you ask me.
Yeah, so I mean, at the moment, I just need to make sure that the players are aware that we are swapping sides on the Codcaster side of life. So our colors are set. They're going to keep me on my toes in terms of changing the overlays. But as you were mentioning there, it's like AKA, I think, have caught everybody by surprise as well. Right? I mean, Phoenix was the team that a lot of people were putting their money on.
Absolutely. No, you mean specifically for this map or just as a
Just
season?
overall in terms of the series.
Well, absolutely. I think I don't know. I joined the competitive Call of Duty side for at least on the PlayStation side of things when Modern Warfare dropped. So I didn't really know the whole like. Apparently, AK was really a big team initially, and when I joined, they were really nowhere to be found. I mean, I didn't know any of their players or anything like that, and then they're really making a resurgence in this game, from what I can gather. And I mean, you love to see that the underdog story where everyone comes in. Oh, Phoenix is gonna be a quick 3-0. I was one of those guys, and now here I am eating my words. So fantastic stuff from them, and if they're riding their momentum, I think this is going to be one hell of a map on our hands. Yeah.
Big map on our hands. Checkmate, it's one of the most fundamental ones that you need to know. You need to have the knowledge when it comes down to your back pocket of how are you going to be able to play this one. And I think we might have a map 5 on our hands, but at the moment, once again, predictions not necessarily my forte, it seems today at the moment. As soon as I think it's a 3-0. So we're going to have to wait and see. We'll have to just wait and see. For right now, it's going to be Phoenix in blue. I'll make sure that our overlays are correct.
And the host said no to you. But anyways, the other thing I want to say about this map is it is so AR dominant. If your ARs are able to cut down those SMGs on the rotations, your team's going to pick up a lot of time. If you've got a strong flex and main AR, this map is your bread and butter because there's such long lanes of sight. You can get set up like a turret, and that's what we're going to be looking for here in this.
All right, I'm not too sure what happened to our players at the moment. I'll just check up with that. It does look like we lost the entire lobby of the AKA team. We have a good luck, have fun, and then everyone just bailed. So
just left, yeah. That was
maybe that's PlayStation Network. I'm not too sure. We're just going to have to wait and see. For right now, ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned in to the C3ZA, and this is, I mean, a big opportunity for AKA to run away with this one. I mean, maybe they're buying their time at the moment just to say, guys, focus up. This is a big moment for us. We can take Phoenix and put them into the losers bracket and essentially take a massive step forward into that semi-finals of the winners bracket. I do see that the players are joining. They're getting themselves ready. So we don't have to worry about that. But this is a huge opportunity for them to knock out essentially one of the favorites of the tournament into the losers bracket, essentially giving them only one more life left in this competition.
No, absolutely. But I've just got some inside information from the source known as Chat that this map is potentially Phoenix's best HP map. So if there's ever a time to be forcing a game 5, it's going to be here. And I really think Phoenix has the potential. But like you said, this AKA side, they really are looking like a clean, clinical side at the moment. And if they're here to play, we're definitely going to see a quick and swift end to the side of Phoenix and sending them straight to the losers bracket.
All right, so Phoenix, I mean, based off of what you said, might be the favorites going into this one. I don't want to put that bad juju on them, but
yeah, what is going on?
Bad juju all round, it seems.
Yeah, so, well, to be fair, this is South African Call of Duty. It wouldn't be any broadcast without at least 5 million restarts and players being late, but here we are.
Yeah, it does look like some of the players were unable to join there, and once again, we have the very same issue that we had previously, I think even in our game number 1. So we're going to make sure that the players can get themselves back in, ready and set before we jump into this very next map. But, yeah, I mean, if that is the case, it means that Map 5 is very much on the cards, and we'll have to go back to that raid, search and destroy, which both of these teams avoided due to that veto in terms of maps and that miscommunication. And when it comes down to raid, search and destroy, so many ways that this one can go, to be honest. So at the moment, we're just waiting on these teams. I'll keep an eye on chat just to be able to keep you guys updated. But
I'll just say to chat, Bevan, I love you too. Thank you for the call out. I missed that, and I do deeply apologize. You are the best. Bevan is the best player in COD today. I've seen him do amazing things. I just want to put that out there.
All right. I just want to figure out between the two of you how much money is being handed over, and I'd like to be a part of this Bitcoin collection fund too, because insert name. You are the best player in COD ZA. Just let me know what your cost is, or I should actually let you know. Maybe we'll go for 1/10 of a Bitcoin. How about that? Or maybe we can go through. Let's go 2,000 Dodge. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? I'll take care of you.
These are good prices. These are good prices. That's enough to match my prices. So take him up. He's got a bit more of a pull in the community than me. So if you can make your name out there as the favorite player, he's the one to talk to.
All right, so at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, we're just waiting to get into the lobby. I'm just trying to follow these players to see exactly where they are at the moment before we can jump into this game. And I hope that I'm joining on the correct account at the moment. I'm not too sure. Trout, are you in the lobby on your side? No, not yet.
I am not in yet, but I'm joining on you as we speak.
No,
and
I'm not in it. Don't
Oh,
worry.
I joined on you.
There was no point to join on me, unfortunately. I was not
Yeah.
in the correct lobby. So we're currently just looking for that at the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, you understand when it comes down to trying to get these things
I believe I
sorted.
found it.
There we go. So I'll join on the Trout and we'll get ourselves set. We've even got an invite to be able to match that. Thank you, good sir. And we'll be able to jump into this game. Unfortunately, for some reason, the player's disconnecting. We had this issue in game number 1.
Hello, Mr. Holden, you cut out for me?
Sorry, I'm not getting the invites coming in, unfortunately. There we go.
That's going to be one of the funniest things I've seen in chat for a long time. I must admit, that is really
Well
hilarious. So, whoever that is, you have got the biggest brain in the scene, I will admit.
You are the best player, insert name. You are dope. You are probably one of the best players I've ever come across in Call of Duty in South Africa. Insert name, ladies and gentlemen. I'll send you
amazing.
my account details a bit later.
Anyways, jumping into it, will we finally get to see the start is the question, Mr. Holden? Hopefully that is the case.
Hopefully, indeed. We can only wait right now before we jump into this hard point. As soon as the players start aiming at each other, that's when we know we've got a problem. Nobody's aiming at one another. We should be good to go. It looks like 2 SMGs, 2 ARs across the board. We are finally getting into map number 4 here. This is Phoenix taking on AKA.
Oh, let's see if the side of Phoenix can get something going here. And as been told before, this is apparently their best HP map. Let's see if they can live it up. As we said that, it's going to be 3 down now. Make it 4 for the side of Phoenix, and it's going to be AKA set over the hill.
Definitely not the start that they wanted here, as it's going to be AKA taking the early points. However, this is all about trying to control those spawns, and this is going to be a power position here for Sprinkles just to be able to watch the flank at the moment.
Oh, absolutely, that's going to be Sprinkles, as you said, as Coach and Lau go back to back. Breaking on that hill, trying to answer back now, and as we're going to see, it's going to be a huge battle for the spawns as 3 are funding their way around the back. And it might just happen here, as it's going to be Bassi. Last player alive on the side of Phoenix, AKA is going to be Kraus, I believe? Kraus v Bassi?
Yeah, at the moment it's going to be Cross on this top side, and it's going to be Coach trying to hunt him down. It does look like the players from Phoenix surround the area, and Schemes up there for the challenge. Will he be able to... Oh, Schemes with the dirty two-piece.
Well, that single two-piece there managed to secure them the spawns, and a little bit of time here as Bassi goes back to back with that huge two-piece. And now this is where it gets a little bit dangerous, as they did actually manage to pick up the majority of time on that P1. And now they're going to be extending that lead. I mean, maybe not the exact start they wanted, but they're managing to reconcile here quite nicely.
Alright, at the moment for Coach. On the lower side, Phoenix doing well to be able to bridge himself quite a big gap here on this checkpoint.
Well, fantastic stuff from them. This is actually phenomenal. They managed to win off the spawns there from Scheme's massive two-piece, getting the kills when they need to. Pretty much a full 60 on this hill now. Looks like a rotation is going to be coming through. Kills even going the way of Phoenix here. This is near, what's it, 60, 70 point lead now at the moment. Fantastic stuff here.
Schemes now on a 5 streak. Bassie's on 6. Bassie gets knocked down. Schemes still alive on 6 at the moment. Needs to try to stay alive. He's 1 away from picking up that artillery. Not the best of maps for it, but still will be able to utilize that.
Coach trying to find his way up here on the A lane, but Schemes is going to be picking up the time here. Finds a two-piece. That's full streaks for him. And wow, this Phoenix side really getting into their groove here, as they are looking so very dominant.
Yeah.
This is going to be the 3rd hill they chain together.
At the moment, good position here for Trizzy, but I almost don't want to leave Schemes. He's in a fantastic position to be able to come up with a streak. Currently on 9 at the moment. Turns around, spots out a play on the right-hand side. However, his left-hand side is not covered, and he will eventually go down with 9 in the back pocket. 160-13. This is looking phenomenal from Phoenix, who essentially look reinvigorated in this map.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this really is looking like their bread and butter as they're looking to chain together their third hill. It's going to come down to a 2v2 battle here as the scraps did go the way of Phoenix. As I was going to say, it was going to go the way of AKA, but that was not the case as Bassi finds a quick 3, including Schemes. But on the pop, looks like it's going to be Phoenix back in control of the new hill.
All right, so Coach holding onto this hill at the moment. And AKA looking out of sort and out of sight at the moment when it comes down to how they're going to be able to work their way back in here. We jump on board with Trizzy, who's just playing on wing side. Jumps up towards Lau, will find his gun facing front face. And it's going to be AKA picking up some time here, but Schemes bursts his way in through the side. Doing well to be able to exert some damage, but doesn't have enough cover from the back end. That's Bazzy to be able to support him. Bazzy picks up the time needed. Wow, I mean, who pointed that out in chat that this is definitely their map? You're 100% correct.
I must agree. Whoever that was, it could have been an insert name. He seems to be the mastermind behind it all.
Good.
He's running
he
the
is
simulation.
good at the game. No, he's a solid player. Probably one of the best in South Africa, if not the.
I must agree. So, well, rotation's coming through here. Finally, it looked like it's going to be the side of AKA managing to get set up on their first hill. And still mountains to climb here. Just about 100 points for them to make up a deficit here. And it's going to be the side of Phoenix. Let's see if they can break on through right through the middle. And as I said, that's going to come Streaks to make that entry.
Streaks do make their entry. Scheme's going to be able to rain down some fire down on his opposite numbers. It's going to be Lau picking up some time here on the corner. Waiting for them to be able to feed their way through. Oh, Trizzy! Dirty two-piece.
Well, it was what was looking like a pretty promising break there. Got shut down, scared. Streaks or not, looks like AK were able to hold that quite nicely. 20 seconds left. I mean, all things considered, Phoenix can chalk that hill up and just get it up and do it all again. If they can let go of the last hill but find all first 3, doesn't really matter. They'll win the game with that.
Alright, so Phoenix need to just consolidate their play at the moment. Manage to pick up some early kills. They do have the first rotations in towards us space of the plane. Lau gets himself right in front. They're making sure that they dedicate places all around. At the moment, it's going to be Kraus that smells him around the corner.
Well, it looks like during the pandemonium of that rotation, number 6, Trizzy, managed to sneak his way through and flip out the spawns now. So looking like P2 is going to be a little bit dangerous here for the side of AKA. But having said that...
That happened previously, right?
No. Spawn, they did have the favorable spawns to start off the map. It was the side of Phoenix that managed to flip it out. But looking great here from the side of AKA. Really holding through and slowly chipping away at that lead, 1 point at a time.
Alright, so AKA fighting their way back in here and looking pretty solid, it has to be said. At the moment, it's going to be Lau that finds his way inside the hill, just going to be able to bide his time. Every single second is going to be absolutely huge with this 100-point, or rather 60-point advantage that they have.
Now here comes the rotation. Mela just finds a huge 2-piece there. Trizzy follows it up. That's going to be the first set of pushes completely shut down. But as I say that, it's going to be Phoenix absolutely gifted with some spawns here.
Yeah.
And they're going to be pushing their way on through into the hill. I can't wrap my head around those spawns. They had no right in getting that. And off the back of it, 3 go down now for the side of AK, and they're in the hill.
Very, very strange. I'm not too sure myself at the moment. It does look like the spawns, exactly the same thing happened with Miliadus on the back end, being able to pick that one up, but eventually goes down. But that's really why it's so important to be able to hold that back end to force those spawns out. You need somebody anchoring towards the back end of the map.
Well, absolutely. But again, this is another hill here with Scheme picking up time for his team. There's only one left alive. That was Trizzy. He gets cut down. Still 60-point difference between these two teams. So there really is enough time for them to bully their way into every hill if need be. But obviously you want to get those rotations coming through. But as I said, that it's going to be AK set up on next. And finally looking like they're showing some life here in this game.
Yeah. And 81 points is what the differential is at this point in time. It's nothing to laugh about. Miliadus is currently on a 4 streak, doing so much work currently with a Trick 6 in hand. Spots down the player, unfortunately will not be able to survive that barrage of gunfire. Kraus now the last player left alive.
We're just trying to be that last island of solidarity here for his team, but does manage to find nothing but death. I could be incorrect. Not seeing how that fight went down. Kraus is still alive, bobbing and weaving, trying to finesse his way on through, and looks like they're still on the point here for the side of AK.
Alright, so for Schemes at the moment, makes his way down the side of the plane. The hill currently remaining uncontested. There we go. Schemes picks up Kraus. That's huge here for him and his team. Needs to be able to pick up the time. There's still 15 seconds on the clock. That'll take them over the 200 points.
Well, at least put them even Stevens on 200 points as Schemes does get stuck in the hill, but that's 3 down on the rotation. It's going to be Phoenix up in the hill. And I think this is where it gets a little bit scary for the side of AKA here. They're going to really have to pull finger and chain together some heals.
At the moment, it's going to be a Beyond who decides to essentially take that first step forward down the corridor of death. And at the moment, it's Schemes on this left-hand side. Will he decide to poke out? No, Beyond Sprinkles goes for the Chell, and it's going to be Coach there in reply. But Beyond Sprinkles does buy his teammates enough time to be able to force their way in.
Well, I suppose AK is saying we're definitely not out of this. Only 50 points needed now for the side of AK. They can't win it here. Will they put any more effort into this hill is the question. Because, I mean, realistically, they can chalk it up and send it over for the rotations. Trying to be Trizzy, trying to be that heads-up player for the side of AK, trying to get the spawn set up for the next hill. But unfortunately, wasn't able to do that as the spawn's still quite comfortably in control for the side of Phoenix.
Alright, so all about those rotations with 12 seconds remaining on the hill. It does look like Phoenix are going to give that one over as they play for spawns on the back end here. And you can already see Schemes setting himself up. Player number 4, that's Lau, needs to play this one defensively sound. Picks up 1. And the second.
Fantastic thing. Fantastic. Heads up play. They're looking for the third. Can't quite find it. But enough of a distraction to split the push.
Oh, but look at this from AKA. They just full frontal go in and claim the heal for their own at the moment. Despite the spawns going in favor of Phoenix, they lose quite a big amount of points. And that's Trizzy doing so much work on these boxes.
Well, absolutely. Man's playing the contest, picking up the time for his team. And I mean, this is like a different team from the previous set of rotations. AKA is here to play. They're staying alive. Sprinkles using that pistol in hand, trying to find these kills, finds nothing but death. But again, 15 seconds now or so going the way of Phoenix. They can close it out quite comfortably in the next one. We will be seeing our third set of hardpoints coming through. And on the pop, it's going to be nothing but contest.
Yeah, Trizzy did so well there from his side of things just to be able to maintain as much points over that hill as possible. And now they're going to need to see that momentum yet again. Trizzy throws out the Simtex. Not going to be able to connect as it's going to be Bazzy that jumps inside the hill at the moment. It's only 15 seconds left on the clock, and the difference between us going to map 5 and AKA having some kind of hope left in this game. At the moment, Scheme's going to call out the artillery strike and gets himself 2. That's going to give them a little bit of breathing room. However, on the opposite side, it's Trizzy that comes out with the shutdown 2-piece.
Well, that was a first set of pushes there coming through from the side of AK. Finally gets cut down. Contest, nothing but contest on this P1, keeping it messy as it tends to be. However, the spawn's still in favor for Phoenix here. They can still win it yet. That's why they're absolutely throwing everything they have at it. Bassy last alive, trying to find that 3-piece. Does manage to pick it up. And still able to win it here, so a little bit stressful for the side of AK.
Yeah, 10 seconds on the clock, and there we go. We have another heal guaranteed on the books, and that's going to be Beyond Sprinkles that picks that one up at the moment. He gets the kill from range, and that's going to be absolutely massive. He needs to take down Coach, does exactly that. Coach didn't need to peek, but went for the Chell, and as you called it, it's a South African thing. We always seem to go for the Chell. And at the moment, it seems on the opposite side, all spawns get forced out from Phoenix, AKA fighting their way back in.
Absolutely, they're definitely making the point that they're definitely not out of this game as they manage to flip out those spawns, pick up a good amount of time here. So now, the onus is now set to the side of Phoenix as they need to get to composure, push collectively, no single pushes, it just takes one break. They need 8 seconds, they have 30 seconds to break this hill. So here it comes.
Here we go, trades across the board. They're going in favor currently of Phoenix, who dive in on the hill. But it's Trizzy, the last player left forward. Will he be able to come up with the challenge? No, Coach shuts him down. Phoenix gets the win. We're going to map number 5.
Well, that was a roller coaster of emotions of a map. At first, it was complete dominance from the side of Phoenix. They managed to pick up a 120-point lead. Then it got a little bit closer towards the end, but at the end of the day, it was Phoenix bread and butter. And they got that last cohesive push that they needed, closing out this map 250 to 190. But nothing to be sneezed at there from the side of AKA. That was fantastic stuff. They really did start to show a little bit of life at the end, but it's the classic case of too little, too late.
Too little, too late indeed. At the moment, we get ready for map number 5. We'll get that set up on our side of things. And it does look like we're going to be going to that raid search and destroy. I mean, we avoided it a little bit earlier on. My hair's all frizzled on my side of things just because, to be honest, that action has been so frantic between both of these teams.
Absolutely. It has been blow for blow, map for map. And you know what they say, round 11s are where we live. And it looks like that's where we're going.
Yeah, where we go indeed. And dare I ask the question to you, Trout, or to be honest, anybody at this
no
point
more
in time.
predictions.
Who is going to be able to take this one? Who are you backing at least? Maybe that's the more important question for you guys in chat. Who are you supporting? Is it Phoenix? Is it AKA? Who's going to be the team that essentially causes the differential here today? For right now, I don't think Trout and I are happy to be able to call it. We'll be spectators to the chat and leave that one over to you in terms of the predictions. We're going to search and destroy. Do we think it's going to be around 11 though, Trout? Can we say that much at least?
Around 11.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go back and quote Mr. Holden. One team will win and one team won't. That's my prediction.
Yes. Probably one of the smartest things I've said in my day.
And insert name as the best player.
That too. That's also
South
right up
Africa,
there.
yeah.
Insert name. Once again, just standing out as one of the most just all-round great players. Great communication. Just a great name overall, and just stood out throughout the competition.
Fantastic stuff right there. Oh, anyways, it looks like we will be going into this map here, and I'm glad we get to cast all the way to around 5. And that's fantastic stuff. And I think it's very possible that we will be seeing around 11. And that's going to be my call. And I saw someone in chat say there, hopefully we get to see around 11, Lau versus Trizzy. It's got to be Lau for the Redeemer. But we just have to see how it goes.
Can you be redeemed from that? I mean, you literally need to do a turn on your opposition to be able to get redeemed.
His children are going to be feeling that. His ancestors are rolling around in their graves. That was quite something.
Sure. I mean, we had to have a moment of silence and everything. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if anybody clipped that, but I might be seeing that on a bit of social media a little bit later.
Oh, absolutely. Well, between Lau going round and ring around the rosy on Express to being absolutely burnt, he's definitely going in the meme folder, to quote Mr. Zach.
All right. So for right now, let me just make sure our overlay is set. We can get that ready. And we've got Phoenix on the right. I do apologize. Apparently it said Warzone grind is a little bit earlier on. That could have just been because my my overlay was cached, so I do apologize. Let's have a look at this. This is Phoenix in blue. And it does look like we're going to our map number 5, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go all the way to search and destroy round 11. We'll have to wait and see. For right now, the all-important differential map number 5 we jump into, and it looks like an A-bomb site is on the cards.
Absolutely. Scheme playing super aggressively here. Seeing if we can't find that first pick, as he does indeed. Looking for the second onto Trizzy, but gets cut down 3 apiece.
3 apiece indeed. Trizzy and Lau still alive. I kind of feel like it's a story between them two at the moment, considering what happened last time we were in this very same map. Shots do get fired.
Information at this point.
Is right there. Basil comes up with the shots, bringing it down to a 2v2 is Trizzy as he gets the trades there for Coach.
Bassi, I want you to know your name has now officially been changed to Basil. I'm never calling you anything else. That was amazing. Ooh. As he tries to find another one. That was 2 in the round for him. It's going to be a 1v1 for Mr. Lau versus Sprickles. And 28 seconds to work with. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a slow one coming out of Sprickles. He's just trying to bide his time. And I think we will be seeing the bomb go down on A.
Alright. So he makes his way towards the A bomb site. Now it's down to Lau. Will he be able to predict this one out? Will he wait for the plant? Sprinkles comes up with the plant. Lau tries to come up with the information needed.
Well, I think he would have been spotted out there.
Sprinkles comes out on top. Oof, I thought Lau had the information.
He did indeed, but I think there was a bit of a trade of information there. Sprinkles had the AR at range and just had to post up and wait for him. Oh, never mind. He did have the AR. I was correct. Thank goodness for that. Bit of an interesting re-challenge. I mean, they would have at least known that they would have seen each other, so I don't know. I don't know how else to really play that situation. You're in a really tough spot if you are Lau, because you kind of pinned down there.
100%. It's either you move in close and try to bridge that distance, or you try to at least pretend that you're defusing the bomb, then just to pop up when the opposition wants to be able to check. Either way, it's a difficult position to be able to play. AKA with the first round on the cards.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a complete hard A push here coming out of the side of Phoenix as they managed to get full side control here.
Yeah.
They could get the bomb down if they were wise, but it looks like they're going for the kills instead.
Look at this wrap.
This seems to be a very strong tendency here from the side of South African teams. Go for the play of the first pick. And that's going to be Trizzy who opens the door here, and Bazzy is going to find nothing but death.
Alright, 2v3 or 2v4 situation at the moment. AKA all players left alive. Lau has it all to do, picks up one. Oh, it does look like Meliodas gets his number, gets him red. AKA double their lead on this search and destroy, 2-0.
Well, they are just playing phenomenally here. They was a full A commit there from the side of Phoenix, and it was just AKA they bullied their way on through, did a full rotation, looked like a rugby scrum going on the back of the map, got the kills when they needed to, and there you go. That's 2 rounds in a row for them.
Alright. So Meliodas gets the play of the game, but now, will this Phoenix lineup be able to stand up against this test? I mean, 2-0 down. This is where you really have to rely on your strategy, your communication as a team, and how they're going to be able to push this at the moment. It does look like an A push once again coming in here for AKA. Schemes once again playing aggressive.
It's spread out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Lightning doesn't strike twice, and there's going to be 2 down now quickly to the side of Phoenix. And this is looking a little bit stressful because this is a dominant performance in this S&D from AK, and they are looking to close it out here, make a statement.
Yeah.
And they're doing a fantastic job as it comes down to Lau and Bazzy.
Bazzy picks up one. Lau is on the backside. Doesn't want to give away his position at the moment. Crystal is the first one to be able to spot him out. That's information.
Well, now they know roughly. Gets read like a book for a second time. Lau left in a 1v3,
it's a
21
tough situation.
seconds. Not much you can do in this situation.
Gets spotted out. The Sprinkles gets his number, gets the kill. And just like that, it's AKA 3-0 up here.
Yo, quick 3 rounds. Unfortunately, like I said, Lightning doesn't strike twice. Schemes tried to play the second that play in the previous round. Didn't work out then. Didn't work out for a second time. And AKA just being able to adapt to the players, like I was saying. Fantastic stuff from them. And they're picking up the rounds for it.
And I do like their aggressive push towards that A site. I mean, time and time again, they filter their way in, get those kills, and make sure that they've got their angles covered. There seems to be no hesitancy at the moment, correctly picking out the B bomb sites. And at the moment, it seems like Phoenix are perplexed up against this AKA squad.
Well, they're being read like a book. I mean, Trizzy heard that slide come on through there. They've been directly counted every single play. And again, 2v4, not a single kill for Mr. Coach. Another bit of a slow one for him there as well, but no first bloods. I mean, the first bloods have been AKA every time. Again, Lau left in a 1v4. Pretty much an impossible hill to climb. They know where he is. They're going to be hunting him like a wolf. Bomb is down.
Come out from the top side. Gets hunted. Lau left all alone. Are we staring down a quick 6-0? AKA wash their hands. They say, you know what? We're out of here. We got better things to do with our time.
They're certainly looking that way. They have been hard counted at every turn. And I really think it's now. It's going to be. We're going to need to see something special from Phoenix, as they're going to need to. I don't know, pull finger here. I don't even know how to counter this, because every time they try to change it up a little bit, they just get cut down at every turn.
Story of the Phoenix. It gets reborn. Will that be a rebirth going from the lower bracket? Will it be right here, right now, from being 4-0 down? We'll have to wait and see. For right now, it's going to be Beyond Sprinkles on the top side of B, aka Trizzy already getting that bomb plant down and hold his position as his teammates. And now it's going to be down to Phoenix once again. This pressure just doesn't stop for them, and I love this momentum push coming from AKA.
Well, there you go. First of the stretch coming through, and it was finally a first blood from the side of Phoenix here. Getting aggressive is going to be Schemes and Basti.
Oh, Meliodas gets a bullet at the back. He thought he got out of it alive, but there we go. Phoenix starts to flap its wings. Now will the momentum build up? Or will they get shot down again?
Fantastic retake from them. So, I don't know. That's one round, and you know how you get back into a game. It's definitely at lagging out.
One round at a time.
Did you also lose connection, or was that just...
No, still very much in this game.
Oh, well, I got disconnected from Blizzard servers, so
That's a bit disappointing. I can do you a solid if you have a look at your Discord.
we'll do. Well, that means we get same POV, so that's fantastic.
There we go. That's what you like to see. I do apologize if our bitrate drops for a second. We should be good though, ladies and gentlemen. But we do have the Trout still being able to commentate with us, and that's what counts at the moment. I'm on board with Schemes, trying to work his way in towards the side. It does look like, oh, on the attack, it's not looking too good as Coach gets left alone.
Yeah, that was a dominant round there. I mean, that was a quick 4 down. Not much they can do. 5-1. It's a bit stressful, I think. If we see a reverse sweep from this kind of deficit, there's going to be nothing to be scoffed at, but this is a serious mountain to climb, and I think it's going to be AKA looking to close it out here. If
there would be any kind of retribution for Lau, it would be able to turn up this reverse sweep right now for his team.
Absolutely. I agree. Couldn't agree more. So Phoenix, if you're listening, now's the time to step up, because at the moment, AKA is just an unstoppable beast.
Straight down the throats of the opposition. Trizzy drops the bomb in mid-map. Will it get recovered? It is going to be a 1-for-1 trade. It does look like Schemes picks up one of his own. Make that another 1-for-1 trade as Schemes goes down for Kraus. Coach picks up one of his own. It's Phoenix. It's Kraus left all alone for AKA and will get knocked down. Phoenix fight back.
Certainly not out of it yet. And that's another round in a way, trying to get us to that round 11. And I think, well, at this point, we have some form of consolidation that is either going to be game over or round 11. So these are our options.
Pretty much, it's only one way about it, or two ways rather. So let's see what's going to happen here, as it's going to be Phoenix on the attack. They haven't converted attack thus far as I remember.
Looks like we're going to see potentially a bit of a B push coming out. Never mind, I eat my words. It's going to be another A from the side of Phoenix to see if they can't get it up here. And we've seen this exact thing happen as well. Will we see the full rotation come on through? It's looking that way.
At the moment, it does look like they've got an opportunity to get this bomb down. And, I mean, the call-out should be, hey, get that bomb down ASAP. Let's apply the pressure on this AKA squad. But it's Bazzy that picks up the kill on the rotation. He's got a bit of dancing to be able to do towards this backside of Garage. It does look like the withdrawal will get made here from Trizzy. We jump on board with Scheme. Still, the bomb has not been planted.
Yeah, that was a bit of a slow play there. I mean, they had full side control, could have got the bomb down and given themselves a really nice bit of an advantage there. But as you can see, number 3, that's going to be Beyond Sprinkles has managed to sneak his way on up through to that laundry position. Now he's going to be a bit of a nuisance. He baits out the what do you call it? The glass break there. However, gets red for it. Finally, we might see the bomb go down, and it's going to be a 2v4 retake.
Meliodas now on the rotation. Stun grenade will come through. It's going to be Trizzy trying to support him. Trizzy will go hunting. Oh, they come out of their nest. And will that cost them in the long run here? It's Meliodas. Doesn't spot the play on his right hand side. Coach gets spotted out on top. Raid and Phoenix get another round here. They're fighting back.
Here we go. It's certainly happening one round at a time. Finally, a little bit of momentum building for the side of Phoenix here. However, they did take the round in the end, but I think they could have done that a bit more clinically if they got that bomb down just a little bit earlier.
All right. So, AKA, they've been looking very good on attack. They get the bomb down quickly. They apply the pressure on their opposition, and they say, come and retake. Let's see what they're going to do here. It does look like an A pushes in store. It seems to be their comfort pick of where to go to. At the moment, Schemes is going to play an important role of trying to play his way through Zigzag.
At the moment, he's going to try to bully his way on through. Finds the information on one, gets called out as weak, and waiting for rotations.
Alright, Trizzy. At the moment, they're not feeling too comfortable to be able to get this bomb down. However, they will be ready to push up on Laundry. Coach gets pushed. Coach gets taken down. Trizzy comes up with an all-important kill. Phoenix now 3v4. It's not what they wanted. They were making a resurgence here.
Well, good setup, but gunfight's going down there on the A side once again. Still no bomb down. Seems like both teams are reluctant to get this bomb down. And
they need to make a push here, do Phoenix. Trizzy gets taken down. It's going to be 2 kills coming up in favor of AKA. Phoenix down to the last player. It's AKA that get the win. And they turn this game's prediction on its head. as they take the match here, Trout.
Absolutely. We initial predictions were a quick 3-0, and here we are, game 5, aka closing it out, sending Phoenix right to that losers bracket. But kudos to them, aka they really came out there with a dominant side in terms of S&D, especially in those last couple of rounds. And not much else to see.
What a game that
them.
was. Yeah, GG's to them. Just to recap here, ladies and gentlemen, we had World Stars taking on Warzone Grinders a little bit earlier. Warzone Grinders coming out on top of that one will progress and essentially see World Stars falling short. Phoenix left to the losers bracket to try rise again. We're going to have to wait and see. Ladies and gentlemen, the foundation of the story has been set. Trout, in terms of that game overall, any standout players for you?
Well, I mean, I'm going to have to say Trizzy, simply for that turn on.
Yeah.
Kudos to you, man. That was a nice bit of entertainment for everyone in chat and us. But other than that, I think as a cohesive unit, that AKA side was really, really a force to be reckoned with. Apart from those hard points where Phoenix really did come out on top, they were just the better side of the day, and they won it. And kudos to them, GG's. They definitely are the better team on the day. But nothing to be scoffed at, Phoenix. You can go back, watch these VODs, study the players, and you can come back and make that losers bracket run that we all want to see.
100%. We definitely want to be able to see that. Will the Phoenix rise again? For my side of things, I do want to thank our commentators that joined us here today. Of course, Woot a little bit earlier on, and Trout from your side of things. Great to be able to commentate with you again, dude. And everybody, give this man a happy birthday in the chat for yesterday. Show some love to this gent. Taking care of business, getting a year older. Do you feel a bit wiser?
No, I don't. I regret my decisions of university every day, and I feel like that's where on your birthday you really think about it, like, damn, you would have figured it out by now. But anyways, it is what it is. But I must say, Mr. Holden, thank you so much for offering me this opportunity, and everyone at ACGL, you guys are really the best. You guys are holding it together in this community. Wouldn't have opportunities like this if it wasn't for you people. So I must say thank you from the bottom of my heart. We really appreciate everything you guys do.
Much appreciated, much love, and thanks to the admins behind the scenes taking care of business. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in here today. Do me one favor, if I can ask you, smack that like button, hit the subscribe as per usual, not usual. I can't even speak anymore.
As per usual.
Yeah, for usual and also for insert name, can you just smack that like button? Thank you so much for joining us, everybody, here this evening. It's been an absolute pleasure. I think I'm only going to catch everybody again on Friday and then on Sunday. So have a fantastic week ahead. Enjoy the action. Make sure that you use that hashtag C3ZA. I'll be catching you on the next one. Much love from everybody on our side of life. We'll catch you all on the next one. Cheers.